Man up. Manifestation. Man up. Manifestation.
A place where we inform, build, and inspire.
Manifestation. Man up. Manifestation. Man up. Manifestation. Man up.
A place where we inform.
Manifestation.
A place where we inform, build, and inspire.
You gotta eat what you kill. You gotta go out there. You gotta hunt for your meals.
We all have that ability to connect with people, to be that motivational person in somebody's life.
You gotta let people know there's certain lines you don't cross, and that there's gonna be consequences if you do.
Man up.
If you are an adult and you are in a relationship, that person's emotions are not your responsibility.
Man up. Manifestation. Man up. Manifestation. Man up. Manifestation.
A place where we inform, build, and inspire.
The devil, during slavery, destroyed the masculinity or manhood of the so-called Negro. No man. No man. Right now you got to be trained all over again to be a man.
When someone is obligated to do something, it is binding upon them to do it. And failure to do it causes reaction.
Man up.
Position make you rich? I don't have that type of richness. My richness is life forever.
If that people knew their glorious past, if that people knew their glorious past, if that people knew their glorious past, then they would be more inclined to respect themselves.
I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. And that's our job, is to spark somebody else watching us.
A place where we inform, build, and inspire.
Manifestation. Man up. Manifestation. Man up. Manifestation. Man up.
A place where we inform.
Manifestation.
A place where we inform, build, and inspire.
You want to tell me about yourself? Go get your friends. I'll tell you who you are based on who your friends are.
Don't just live and die. That's an ugly existence. Make your life matter. Make your life count. Live a life where people can actually mourn you for the things you left behind, not just because you were around and existed.
We need strong black nuclear family.
Yes. Yes.
That's what it is. Mother, father, son, daughter, all in the same house with a focus on the family unit as a whole.
We had Tulsa, Atlanta, New Jersey, Detroit. We had Rosewood. We had Black Wall Streets all over.
The Republicans aren't for us, but the Democrats aren't for us either. And we should have no alliance to any political party. We only have alliance to what is in our own best interest.
A place where we inform, build, and inspire.
Manifestation. Man up. Manifestation. Man up. Manifestation. Man up.
A place where we inform.
Manifestation.
A place where we inform, build, and inspire.
At the end of the day, as men in the community, we must stand together and be counted, because people look to us for guidance, leadership, and protection. And if we are not about that business, we are not on our job. Here we have grown-ass man conversations in the spirit of that purpose. Anthony Malcolm, Bobby Drake, Major Gage. We are. This is Manifestations 2020.
Manifestation. Man up. Manifestation.
A place where we inform, build, and inspire.
All right. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Welcome to another week. Welcome to another week of Manifestations 2020. All right. So we coming off a great week we had last week. We had our super dope dude, therapist, Matt Genius, was on the show with us last week, and it was so good, man. So many people had so many things to say, and definitely a lot of people were reaching out to him We even had people that are considering switching their therapist that they have now to get on board with him and let him start being the therapist for their future endeavors, which is super dope.
Yes,
that's a great investment. It's a great investment, especially if you're a male at that. The reason why I say that is because, as you know, that we had Major put up a video of the anti-black man therapist, where she started going in on black men, and then was also being their therapeutic advisor. So you have hate for black men, but you're the therapeutic advisor for black men. So it's kind of like us getting our food and our medical supplies from China, and we live in the U.S. Like, how do you let your enemy feed you, supply you? You know what I'm saying? Is it really genuine, or is it some really undercover stuff that can go on, and they can slip you something and then have a smile on their face while they do it? And so just being exposed, I hope a lot of her clients, get the board to review back in the sessions and see if she was really doing what she needed to do for these young men that was out there seeking help, and she was supposedly guiding them, to go back and see if those clinical assessments was really up to par, or she was just shitting on black men and hiding behind it as with a degree, saying that what I'm telling you is right, and misguiding guys in the same light. That's very dangerous. All right. So we're so glad to have Matt Genius on here, real genuine guy. And also for you ladies out there that feel like, even though Matt might be a great guy, you might want some kind of female representation. I always say representation is so super dope and it matters. Well, guess what? His wife also is a clinical therapist as well.
Oh, wow. So I didn't know that.
So if you don't, the whole fam's on that. So, if you're not comfortable talking to Matt, then go ahead and ask him if his wife would be up to par to give you those therapeutic advisory from a woman's standpoint, you know? And that's what we do on Manversations, because remember when we had gun class, well, I wouldn't say gun classes, but we were talking about arming yourselves and where to go to get the professional tutorial on, handling weapons. And we had a lot of weapons instructor on here. We also had a woman instructor as well. And as you guys know, Bobby Drake is aligned up with Danielle Campbell, who also is a part of a gun club down south.
Black arms, baby.
Yeah. So women they're down south. They just did one Juneteenth. They had a shootout celebration. A lot of women was down there getting their weapons on, which was super dope. So, Danielle shared the post, and I shared the post on my page to get the extra added coverage that we need. Like I tell people all the time, representation matters. We're not here to tell you to follow men, and we're not here to tell you to follow women. We're here to tell you, like, whoever is the representation that you need, have the guidance. But we also have, people that are qualified in the reference of your gender. If you are a male and you're looking for strong male leaderships, we have that. If you're a woman and you're looking for strong women representation, we have that. You know what I'm saying? And we'll line you up. Don't go out here lining up with gang goofy people, and then when you get out there in the real session, then your ass gonna get your head knocked off, and you're not gonna be able to protect your family. So we're all about unity. We're all about building. We're all about our people. So with that being said, man, definitely invest. All right.
Yeah.
So how was y'all weekend this weekend? Y'all were good?
Ooh. Damn, I don't know if I had a weekend, man. Like I've been moving, man. I've been working. Some things got out of whack this week, so you know what I'm saying. I had to put in some extra, you know what I'm saying. But hey, I'm still here, you know what I'm saying. I'm not sleepy. I feel good, so I'm straight. I've been listening to the playback, from last week's show, just in awe, at some of the gems that Matt Genius was dropping, and then some of the gems that we were dropping. I mean, it was an outstanding show. So
Correct.
that was dope. And then even the first part to this show, I've been listening to a lot of the playback, and man, we really let loose on these folks, man. Like, we get down, man. I'm so proud of this show and this platform. So that's just what I wanted to say, man. I'm very proud of us, and I can't wait, for us to continue to grow and take it to that next level. I got some folks behind the scenes doing a little promo. So, hopefully those subscribers start, pushing up a little bit too. So
I'm super proud of you guys. I couldn't be on a better panel with two super dope individuals, man. It's hard for you to pair up with people that's on that same level. Like, if I go down in a gunfight, I know I have two other dudes that's running behind, like, yo, and I got you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people run in crews and one person go down, the whole army is looking like, hey, what do we do? You know what I'm saying? So so
lock, stock, and two smoking barrels.
We ready.
What's up?
That's what makes the message so powerful, because you're getting it from all three angles. You might get a different flavor from all three of us, but the message is going to be concise and going to be pretty much on the same basis. You know what I'm saying? So we want to make sure that you guys are solid out here, and the stuff that we spew, is to help you. It's not to harm you. So, the truth is powerful once it's applied. You know what I'm saying? And that's all we want to do, is supply you with the truth so you can apply it. I definitely want to give a shout out to Bobby, man. I know Major's done a wonderful job with the platform and getting our, shorts up and having so many people contacting me laughing. But I know Bobby's been out here recently doing some great things. And, we don't want to talk about what's going on, but we'll put it in the atmosphere that hopefully that connection links up, because if that does, that takes us to a whole nother platform. You know what I'm saying? A whole nother plateau. So, like I said, we got a lot of great things going on. But
before we go further, I'd be remiss if I were to just say something about the place where that little bit of networking went down. Shout out to our good friend, Sister Elena the Poet. Big ups to her. So her annual event that she holds over at the Broward Center, the Elena the Poet Brings the Jazz. It was last night, and I told her true to my word. I'm a man of my word. When she advertised the event, I told her I was going to be there front row center.
That's what's
Wasn't quite front row center, but I was front row left.
There you go.
So I was there. I shared a table with some very wonderful folks, an older sister, an older brother. Great company for the evening. And man, Elena definitely did her thing. It was a beautiful event. It was a very, very, very soothing event, very peaceful event. The poetry was amazing. They also had a couple fashion designers to showcase their different styles. They had like a little fashion show aspect to it as well too. The brothers and sisters modeling the outfits were spectacular. The brother behind one of the lines, Worldly Fashions, he himself is gifted in other ways too. He was out there doing his own thing, doing some singing as well. So the brother's just well-rounded. And we had a troupe of children that were putting on skits and doing some interpretive dance. They were really amazing. I also learned a bit. I didn't expect to do any actual learning like that out there, but there was a brother who was showcased there, Chris or Curtis. Oh God, I feel terrible. I feel awful for it. Hair, either Curtis Hair or Chris Hair. He was showcasing his artwork. He's a painter. He was doing live painting during the event. And what I was unaware of is that he comes from literal Florida FBA greatness. His grandfather started a collective. I never knew this. I've lived in Florida my whole life, lived in Miami my whole life. Never knew this. His grandfather formed a collective of roughly, I believe, 24, 26 individuals known as the Highwaymen, or the Florida Highwaymen. And they were a collective of artists. So they did all manner of paintings. They were huge. For those that don't know, back in the days in the 20s and the early part of the 1900s, Miami, Overtown specifically, was known as the Harlem of the South. So the same way how we regard Harlem as being the center of jazz and soul and arts for Black people, they don't talk about it like that. But Overtown was that in the South as well too. So it wasn't Memphis, it wasn't any place in Missouri or Texas. Overtown, Florida, Miami was that place, was that venue. And so a lot of the art that's played a huge impact in Florida history came from the Highwaymen. I had no idea about them, but over time the collective grew. They took on multiple different members over the years. I even had a sister who was part of the Highwaymen at one point. And this brother, Curtis Hare, he's the grandfather, one of the founders, the originals of the group. And he's still here active, thank God that, some gifts are generational. And so that gift kept on passed down. And he's right there still doing his thing as well. So got to see a lot of different artists share their craft. And, it was a Christian-based event, but you didn't have to be a Christian to partake in it per se. It was a wonderful family event. And all I got to say is, Elena, you tore the house up. It was amazing. Please believe I'll be there again, front row center this time next year as well, too. I'm already looking forward to that.
No doubt. All
Definitely.
right. Beautiful.
Definitely. That's what's up. So, we have a great show for you guys tonight. As you guys see, we had a great weekend, but this show is going to be definitely one for the books. There's a lot of smoke that comes behind this show tonight. But speaking of smoke, we definitely want to give a shout out to this guy right here. Right? Kendrick Lamar, right? So Twitter users are making fun of Kendrick Lamar by paying LA sheriff $120 an hour for protection while shooting a new video in his hood. So Twitter is going on goofy because of it, but people got to understand this man took down an industry plant. You aren't safe in your own hood. Y'all got to understand. We're going to do a show about that because y'all really don't understand the depths of COINTELPRO. And when you understand the depths of COINTELPRO, you'll understand that it could be people around you and that is out to assassinate you or take notes on your activities to find out what's the best available to get you up out of it. This man went this weekend and did one of the most historical, phenomenal concerts and tore the house down. When I say tore the house down, you're looking this picture right here is probably going to be it's going to be as iconic as in the hip hop version of the Good Times picture, right? And I know a lot of people were like, well, that's Good Times and this, that's kind of no. When I tell you the people inside this picture is a once in a lifetime that you'll get them all in the same place at one time. That's how powerful this picture is. You're talking about people that have been rivals for decades, years, almost centuries of a lineage of destructiveness towards each other to come together to build and show the world that they are all one. This is LA's finest. And we're here to tell you that we're on the map and we're going to stay on the map. And this is who we are. Unity for life. That's what this picture represents. And then he had one more thing before I turn it over to Major. Kendrick Lamar, this is what Charlamagne the God said. Kendrick Lamar is an undisputed GOAT of the generation. He is the undisputed heavyweight champion of hip hop. And when it comes to this new generation we've watched for the past 15 years, Kendrick is the king, and it's not even close. I'm not talking about charts of streaming records or pop songs. I'm talking about bars, raps, hip hop culture. Kendrick Lamar wears the crown. Charlamagne the God, right? And I just want to say that, I was talking to somebody the other day, my good friend, and I said, you know what? I was just on this platform with Major and Bobby Drake, and I said that I had Ether as number one. After watching the concert, I have to drop Ether to number two.
I told you.
Not Like Us at number one.
Told you, dog. Yo.
this was supposed to be. This was what, if they didn't stop Nas, this is what the Nas and Jay-Z thing would have been. How hard and epic it would have been at Summer Jam had that went down like that. But we got to see the full force of it through Kendrick Lamar. I got to give him the #1 spot. And I'll rest my mic with that and turn it over to you, Major.
Bruh. They not like us. They not like us. They not like them other podcasts. They not like us. They not like us. Biatch, you understand me? Let me tell you something. I told you was gonna have to redo your list. I saw this shit coming, and no disrespect to Nas. Nas is a GOAT in his own right. Ether is a GOAT jam. It's still top 5, but still quite not like us, bro. Still quite not like us, bro. Yeah. Because of the simple fact that, dog, again, I never seen no shit like this before in life, dude. Yeah. Dude, this shit, the thing that makes Not Like Us so dangerous is it's a club banger, dude. Yeah. I'm talking about, and even more so of a club banger than Back to Back was. 10 times that. As soon as that beat comes on, before anybody even starts rapping, you're like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? You bouncing. Oh shit. You can't sit still. Okay? Yeah. Then this guy just starts to pick your ass apart. Drizzy, BBL Drizzy. I'm talking about like, yo, this is an anti-pedophile anthem. This is a Black history lesson. This is a diss record with layers and bars. I'm talking about entendres all over the place. Dude, nobody's ever done that shit, dog. Like, yo.
Rap lasagna.
You dig? Is
hip hop layer cake.
Real talk. This shit is just, every time I listen to it, I get something else. To this day, I'm still getting new shit. You know what I'm saying? And just someone who writes like that, somebody whose pen is that dangerous, where every other line, you spitting and you rapping and you're saying 5 things at one time on every other line, dude. If Kendrick keeps up at this pace, see, Kendrick took a long break. That's why people forgot who you're dealing with, right? If Kendrick keeps up at this pace and he keeps laying shit like this, because it didn't take him any time to write this shit. Yeah. The proof is he's referencing shit that the other guy made in the song the night before. You dig? So it couldn't have taken him any more than 24 hours, because a few hours later he had it ready. You dig? Yeah. When you can come up with shit like that fast, it's terrifying. It's just, and I've written before as an MC. I used to write for other people. Like, I know how difficult writing can be, especially when you're trying to accomplish all these things at once. Damn, I wanted to be a club banger. Damn, I wanted to be catchy, but I don't want to over rap. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure these lines stick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what it really impressed me, Not Like Us, of course, it just is what it is. It's going to do what it do. But dude, on Not Like Us and on Euphoria, these people, you know how complicated the rhyme stanzas are in Euphoria? On both of those songs, they're rapping this shit with him word for word. 17,000 people. I've never seen shit like that in life, bro.
Yeah.
And he's doing a video for it. Oh my God, my head is exploding. This shit, Drake, this shit is gonna leave a mark, bro. You might want to go do an album with Kirk Franklin or some shit after this, since you want to download everybody's style. Go do a gospel album, nigga. Because nigga, hip hop is gonna be hard for you. And please stay a waffle colored ass the hell out of California, bruh. Don't do it, because I'm trying to tell you.
Do it. Please don't.
I'm trying to tell you. You might want to stay out of the United States for a while, Drake, because boy, this shit is serious. Like, the level of vitriol that those fans have. I mean, you should see them, their faces. They're so passionate because we called out this fucking fraud and got him up out the culture.
Yeah.
That's what people are so gassed about. Some people are still not making that correlation.
No.
Drake is a cultural outsider, and it's okay if you want to be somebody from Canada or from the UK and you want to rap. That's cool, but don't come in not respecting the culture. That's where he lost it. He got too cocky. He don't respect the culture, and people are so happy because Kendrick Lamar is checking his bitch ass. And to you morons that are out there talking about how he had sheriff's deputies at the video shoot doing security, any intelligent person has a police presence at a video shoot. Period. Especially a hip hop video shoot. What are you talking about? You understand? Like because if no other reason than for liability purposes. Let's say something happens to somebody gets hurt out there, and they want to go suing Kendrick Lamar and PG Lang. You understand? There are liability issues that you need to address when you're doing something as vast as a video shoot for the #1 song in the country. What the fuck you talking about? Like, really? People don't think before they speak. That's like the dumbest shit imaginable to say. You know
I want to show you guys this real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, ho. That's what.
So they asked him what song he wanted. He said, "OB ho."
Oh boy.
Wow. So it just shows you how impactful that song is, man.
Bro, let me tell you.
It's a beautiful thing.
Look, I drive Uber on the side, for my regular job, right? I drive Uber sometimes. I pick up, make a little extra money.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm out there, gang. What's going on, Marie? How's everything? All right.
Salute, beautiful. Appreciate you.
I'm out there in the car, bro. I'm talking to this guy. He was 71. And not like us came on the radio. He's like, yo, turn that up. That's my song. I'm like, whoa. I had to ask, bruh, you listen to this? It is an older white guy, 71-year-old white guy. That's my song. Yeah, he really got Drake on that one. What?
Wait, so if I were you, man, if you got one of those cameras up there, I double check that value, and I also check my bank statement as well, because you never know, that might have been a bot.
I'm just
because apparently nobody actually listened to any of Kendrick's joints. They were all bots. So
they were all bots, right? Them 17,000 bots in that arena will show as hell screaming that shit and reciting it back with Kendrick. But I'll land my plane. What? My head exploded, dude.
Beat it up, man.
What?
Definitely a great night in hip hop. A very iconic night. We needed that. Yeah, I will say that. We needed that. We
shout out to everybody in the chat. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Definitely shout out to everybody in the chat. Definitely want to. Yes, definitely. You guys make sure you hit the like, subscribe button. We're about to dive in. Let's get it in, right? So we're not gonna get into the hot topic right quick. We're gonna simmer it in. We're gonna go ahead and get in some other people real quick.
Okay.
Before we get to the hot topic tonight, because boy, we got some cooking to do.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna warm up. We're gonna warm up the stove right quick. So let's get it with this first guest. We have it on Kendra G. This was a young lady on Kendra G. And I just want to bring her up because she was, I saw her doing some other interview with some other guy, and she ended up going viral because one thing I notice about women, they'll go at guys or go on platform with guys that they know they can definitely eat up or destroy. So she ended up, this one guy, I don't know why, he went and said something about what do women, I guess he was trying to explain the whole, what do you bring to the table as a woman? And she just ate him up, which she shouldn't have got ate up like that. It was an easy explanation that would have shut her whole argument down. But when you have guys out here that run into warfare with no bullets and just a bunch of paper, you're going to get killed off rip, right? So you have to arm yourself if you're going to run out here and do things and talk about certain topics, or else you're going to get embarrassed. And he got embarrassed. But I noticed that this girl came on the Kendra G show, but she sounds real good, but I think she's more doing it trying to establish herself on a platform more than looking for love. Well, we can get into it. You can see what I'm talking about. You might not see it, but here's the young lady here. All right.
Demon vagina. I mean, demon penis. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Let's see. Kaya, you got your child right here. You got your child. You got this your baby. You came on with the baby.
I know. She just came out the room. She was watching her little show.
Hey, okay. What's your name? Oh, hi, mama. Hey, mama. What's your name, baby girl?
My name is Kia.
Kia, where you calling me from, Kia?
I'm in Houston, Texas.
Huh?
Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas. How old are you?
I'm 33.
33. What you do for a living?
I'm in real estate, and I also work for the school district. Sit down, Mama.
Oh, she's gonna just follow you around this house.
Oh, you see her, and she was doing so good all these hours, and now she want to come out. Oh, she just
was looking for a stepdaddy. All right. So it's Kia, right?
Kia, yes.
Kia, Houston, Texas, 33. What you do again, love?
So I'm in real estate, and I also work for the school district.
Real estate and school district. Is that your only child? How old's your child?
Yes, I only have one. She's 4 years old.
4 years old. Why are you not with the daddy?
So we just didn't work out. There was some infidelity. Communication was horrible, and he just wasn't a provider. So we decided to separate. It's been almost.
You can't cheat and not pay the bills.
Right.
All right. Kia, what's your zodiac sign?
I'm Aquarius.
Aquarius.
Yes.
So we got Kia, Houston, Texas, 33 Aquarius. Works in real estate, school district also, works for a school district.
Yes.
Mom to a 4-year-old. Have you ever been married?
I have.
Oh, was you married to her child's father?
I was not. I was married before I met him.
Okay. So you've been divorced for years?
Say again?
I said you've been divorced for years?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. All right. What kind of man are you looking for now, love?
I would like a provider. I would like a communicator, someone who's family oriented and believes in God, believes in, higher power, and someone who just is established and emotionally available.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
Someone who's toxic, negative, and obviously. My God. I'm sorry, she's on one tonight, y'all. But someone who just isn't ready, someone who's immature. It's my deal breaker.
All right. Should he look a certain way?
Not really. I'm not too big on looks. Someone who's well groomed, has good hygiene. I would prefer someone taller than me. Everyone's taller than me. I'm only 5 foot, so that shouldn't be hard. But and I would prefer a black man. I'm open to other races, but I love black men. I love me a black man, so that'd be great.
Okay. You said provider. A couple of people are saying provider. What do you mean by provider?
So someone who's able to pretty much hold down himself and a family. That'd be nice. I mean, I make great money and I don't mind helping out. But I really kind of want to step back and, step into my femininity and really serve my husband, serve my daughter, serve my household. That'd be nice.
Okay. So should he make a certain amount of money?
Not necessarily, maybe 70K or better.
Okay. 70K or better. Should he be in Houston, Texas?
He doesn't have to be. I'd love that, but it doesn't have to be.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay. I'm short, Kendra, so let me try to. I got a little stool in here. Y'all don't make fun of me. Let's sit it right here. I don't know if that works.
Ooh, you want that booty to show. That's what she was trying to show. She wanted y'all to see that. Ooh, tight. We see you, boo. We got some paid questions for you. You ready for them?
I'm ready.
All right. Carl Navo, I think, says, does your daughter have a bedtime and can your man discipline her?
So she does have a bedtime. We just had a crazy week. School just ended, so I'm letting her enjoy her Friday night. And can he discipline her? Yes, as long as it's not physical. I feel I'm the only person that should be physical with her. But of course, time out, take a toy, things like that, to have a good talking to. Yeah, sure. If he's my husband, if we get to that level, yes.
Okay. LII said, you want a provider with the toddler. How about 60 to 40 type of stuff compromise?
I tried it. I really did try it. I'm not one of those women that just want a way paved and made for them, but I'm all about balance. So it's really not a monetary thing. It's just balance. I noticed that I can only spread myself so thin. So it's more so about having balance within the household. I make great money. I make 6 figures myself. It takes from the things that I love to do. I love to cook. I love to clean. I love to decorate. I would love to homeschool my daughter. I would love to, really be able to cater to my man. I love spoiling my man. And I don't have time to do it if I'm working this hard. So that's really the main thing. It's not so much the money.
So when you get married, you don't want to work?
I don't mind working. But if I didn't have to, if I had the option of not having to, that'd be great. I'd love that.
Okay. When was your last relationship, Kia?
With the father of my daughter, and that was almost 3 years ago now.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Oh God, this is embarrassing. I promise y'all I know what I'm doing, I think, but it's been over 10 months now. It's been rough.
Over 10 months. 3 flaws you have to work on.
Kendra, these are good questions. Okay. I'm an overthinker. I'm OCD. I'm super, super clean, and that has been an issue in my past relationships. So working on that. And what else? I think that's it. Maybe overthinker, OCD, and okay, I'm a little spoiled. Just a little bit. I'm a little
spoiled. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Dang, Kendra, these are good questions. So I really feel I can go on and on, but I really feel what really matters to my core is like I'm consistent. I don't allow myself to become complacent in relationships. The way you meet me and what I do for you is what I'm going to continue to do for you. I work out routinely. I love cooking. I love cleaning. I'm organized. I'm structured, very understanding, very communicative, open-minded, love to have a good time. I'm peaceful. And I think I'm a traditional woman. I'm not one of those, I'm a man, and I'm not that. I'm just me.
She's not that. All right, let's do it. Kia, Houston, Texas, 33, Aquarius, works in real estate. Do you want more kids?
That's something I'm up and down about. I wouldn't mind having more children, but I will only have another child once I'm married. So if that doesn't have another.
Girl, I don't know what you said to set these men off with your 6-figure comment, but Hustle and Flow said, decorate the wall with some pictures with your 6 figures.
Oh, well, this is a rental, so I don't plan on putting too much emphasis on the rental. But yeah, I'm scaling my real estate business. So I don't think it's smart to, invest too much in a rental. But I definitely make 6 figures. I was in the military. I retired. I make $7,000 just from that. And then I work for KDISD. I get great money from there. And then I own 5 real estate properties. So I pull in a good amount of money a month. but I
All
don't
right.
need anybody. I don't want to offend anybody, but I just want a traditional man who doesn't mind taking care of a woman, because I definitely take care of my man. So I'm sorry if that offends anybody. But I
All right, so that's pretty much it. So you guys can analyze and what you take from that. Like I said, I've heard her before on another platform, and it's not really. It's a contrast between the two. Like this puts her more in a good light versus the other debate and platform I seen her. Then I also went on her Instagram page, and like I say, I think she's trying to get into the influencing relationship talk era, but it just doesn't add up to me. And I think a lot of guys look at her and see like, yeah, she looks good and checks the box on paper, but you making too much contradictive things that you say when you're talking to Kendra. And I think a lot of guys, you guys got to start analyzing these women a little bit more, paying attention to details, because how is it that you were married to a guy, but you didn't give him a child? Then the guy you gave a child, you never was married to. It doesn't add up. It doesn't equate to how the way you're projecting your thinking and thought process. So I that one to me was very odd and very weird. Then you sit back and you put out this big portfolio, and then you say, oh, $70,000 is good. But then $70,000 is pretty decent for a single person. But when you add in children, and then you add in a girl who comes off and says that she's spoiled, now she likes the finer things, and she also wants that for her child. She might want to travel a lot. That 70 grand is going to be a hold up to the next paycheck till I get paid, especially if you're a person that's out here talking about you got 5 portfolio real estate stuff in your arsenal, and you making guaranteed money from the military. You're getting a guaranteed check. So I don't know if a brother would feel comfortable in that situation, or would he get a mass amount of pressure coming from that side of it as well? So that's what I kind of analyze, and I would be tell guys to be very wary about women like that. Analyze them a lot more before you just say, yo, she sounds like a great catch, and dive in head forward. I have a homeboy that did that same thing as well, and that didn't work out too good for him. And I'll say it like that, and I land my mic on that.
Whoo. Okay, so I will say this much: she's not as bad as most of Kendra's guests usually are.
Correct.
I'll start off with that. I'll give her that. Like, she seemed relatively normal.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Considering the show that she's on, you know what I'm saying? She seems relatively normal, like she's of sound mind and body. You dig? Just like a normal chick that you would know from around the way. She doesn't seem like she has a nasty attitude.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't seem like she has any hood rat tendencies. I counted a couple things. I like that she said that she's consistent. I respect that. That's a good quality to have. She's not bad looking. Pretty natural overall. She's in shape. She seemed pretty polite. No tattoos that were visible and like hood radish. You know what I'm saying? Hood radish looking, none of that. And just no hood rat uniform articles that I detected from the initial aesthetic. Those are all pluses, right? However, leave your damn kids somewhere when you going to interview on a dating show. What the hell is your kid doing running around in the background? Why you got crumb snatchers out, bruh? No, that's a giant red flag right there.
Mm-hmm.
You dig? That's like taking your kid on a job interview. You look goofy as hell. Like that was a huge red flag. The fact that she kept harping on the last guy she wasn't with wasn't a provider, and she wants a provider, and you know, she wants someone who's established, and then she says that she wants that so she can step back into her femininity. Man, dude, y'all brothers better start learning how to read code when it comes to these females. When they start talking stupid like this, you have to know what those things mean.
Correct.
You being feminine should not have anything to do
Say it again.
what a man is or isn't providing for you. That's a goddamn excuse.
Rewind.
I have that clip up. Listen, you
rewind.
You being a woman and being feminine should have nothing to do with any man anywhere and what he is or isn't providing for you. I put up a clip with Ebony K. Williams.
Get him, Gage.
Shit this week. Yes. I put up a clip with Ebony K. Williams saying that stupid shit this week. You know, like you being feminine is a switch you can just turn on or off.
Yes.
No, that's not how that goes. And when you hear a woman say that, run fast and run far, because she's telling you that she's going to be a disciplinary problem. She is telling you that she's going to bring you grief. You understand? Me providing XYZ for you should not have any bearing on you being feminine in a general sense or towards me. That is the ultimate bullshit. I'm tired of hearing that. That goes back to that dumbass post that went viral about if you want her to be feminine, if you want her to submit, take her out of the struggle zone. What? What are you talking about?
Whoever came up with that garbage, may they right now get smacked by leprosy.
Real talk. Real talk. Okay, because
I hope it with all my heart. Just bow.
I'm just saying, bruh, if you want her to submit, take her out of survival mode. Man, shut that shit up. No, we're not hearing. We're not trying to hear that. The men have had a meeting, and when we came out the meeting, we had our heads up, chest out, and we just made a collective decision. We're just not gonna take this bullshit no more, bro. Y'all ladies gotta tighten up. That is a character flaw within you that you feel like you need to be masculine or be what your idea is of masculine because you have to work too much. That's a character flaw within you that you need to fix. Period. All right. Hold on. I got a little bit more and I'm gonna be done. She said some stuff in there.
Yeah. Hey, hold up. I just want to say that was masterful of you to use Ebony Williams while talking about this young lady, because she's a younger version of Ebony, and you can see the mindset is going to lead her in the same direction. Now you have Ebony Williams talking about this I can't date a bus driver, and then now you go get in vitro to get pregnant to be a single mom. How fucking backwards is that? But go ahead.
Real talk. Yeah, real talk.
And the sperm donor might just be a bus driver.
I gotta put that on the meme. I gotta put that on the meme.
Imagine that baby comes out. Imagine that baby comes out the womb and has a natural inclination to parallel park a big old bus driver.
Hold on, let me see if I got that video.
I love
it. Man.
I love it.
If I had that video.
Which video?
Man, I had a video. I could have swore I had it set up for the show one day. I think I might have erased it. But it's the video of Phaedra, right? Because I was going to do the Ebony K. Williams show, but I just never got around to it. But Phaedra was like, when she was reading Kenya Moore, right? And she was like, you keep talking about my husband, and this has been going on for about 3 or 4 years. But my husband, me and my husband are fine. We have beautiful children and everything like this. But while you're discussing my husband, you've been peddling your ass around sperm banks looking for a donor to have a child. And you don't know if your child father is going to be an axe murderer or a criminal. But you will know that your father needed $10 to get a pizza, a box of pizza, and nut in the cup just so you can have a baby. Now check that. That shit was epic.
Please
yo.
send me that. Please send me that. Because you know how evil I am. I gotta put that up. And wop with that one.
I got you. I got you. I'm gonna send it to you tomorrow.
Oh my God. Hold on, let me
She
finish
had
this
to
off
give
real
that
quick.
stuff that you need to know. But go ahead. Yeah, that's that evil.
Jesus. And again, she just kept going back to money. I make great money. I make great money. I make six figures myself. Then she turns around and says, it's not all about money, though. Again, brothers, you got to learn to read code. When this woman keeps harping on money, how she needs a provider, feels the need to tell you that she makes six figures like it matters, she's saying way too much. You dig? And she's leading with things that men don't care about. If you make six figures, that's cool. That's all well and good. But men don't care about that. That doesn't make you more attractive to men. So why are you mentioning it? Unless you're just doing it for your own ego. Real talk. She owns 5 properties. Let's not forget that. She was also in the military. Bro, this is the gift that keeps on giving in terms of things that turn guys off. Not saying that it's fair that guys might be turned off by a woman saying that she's been in the military, but after saying all these other things and throwing in the military on top, it just gives to the idea that this person is bossy and combative. You know what I'm saying? Let me be feminine. Exactly. Translation means I need a pay guy. I need a paymaster. The people's champion. That's what it translates to. You know what I'm saying? And the last thing I want to hit with before I go out, any fellas, be very leery, not necessarily a disqualifier, but be very leery of any woman that says that they are spoiled.
Yeah.
Bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's a certain mentality that goes behind that. And even furthermore,
an entitled mentality.
Entitlement. Even furthermore, besides just saying that you're spoiled, the idea to say that it's okay that I'm spoiled, and I should say this publicly to a potential suitor. That doesn't sound like a very quality woman to me. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? But I see the type of shit y'all dudes take on dates. So, hey, have at it. But I'm just giving my 2 cents. Careful. That's all I say. Proceed with extreme caution on this one. She does a good job of hiding it for the average guy, but I see way too many red flags in just that short clip. Nah, bro. Yeah. That's my 2 cents. Bobby, what you got?
What you got, Bobby?
My brother, I love you to life. And I appreciate you doing the heavy lifting because you for the most part steam shoveled most of what I was going to say out the way. So I appreciate you for handling the lightweight. That means my job is to be the little Hoover vacuum and get the crumbs about the floor real quick.
Go for it.
So everything you said and then some. The biggest thing for me that you didn't mention, you touched on a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and do some pad work on it properly.
Okay.
This sister is full of contradiction. She says things, I think much what she says is performative to an extent, but when you dig deeper, when you scratch beneath the surface, you see that this ain't what it is. So you scratch the paint jar, you think you found some silver. Okay, found a silver nugget. Keep scratching and you see it's some old aluminum foil Reynolds wrap. The first thing she said out the gate, and I've spoken about this before, about one of these major flaws that both explain why a lot of women get the results that they get, but also showcases how they're going to be able to look forward to more of the same going forward, or just getting cats, planets, what have you, and just, booking nothing but Golden Girls reruns. The first thing she comes about the gate and hammers the whole way is about how she's looking for a provider. Absolutely, because remember, Kendra asked her, quite frankly, what is it you're looking for? She mentioned absolutely nothing to do with his character. Nothing. Nada. She doesn't want a man who's honest, has integrity, works hard. She, somewhere towards the back, mentioned family-oriented, I believe, and I'm not even 100% sure about that. I might be slipping that in for her. Who knows? But everything that she mentioned was strictly in the tangible realm, nothing in the character realm. Because she could get a dude right now who earns 7 figures monthly.
Yeah.
If he's not a generous man, you're not going to see a lick of that.
Real talk.
And even worse, if he's one of those kinds of men that likes to hold things over your head, he basically likes to blackmail you. Every single red cent he drops on you, there's an IOU attached to. He's going to throw it back in your face. If there's an argument, he's going to lord it over you. You're better off with the dude that just doesn't want to give you anything in the first place. Because now you're getting, but he makes you feel like a piece of trash for it. Now, if you're asking for a provider, a man that makes a certain income, you're likely to get possibly all those different opportunities. But if you're looking for a man that has some substance to him, character, he's kind, he's noble, then you don't have to worry about getting those kind of attributes from him because he's not going to do that with you. So whether he has $1 million in the bank or he has 1,000 working on the next 1,000, you can be sure that whatever he has is yours and he's going to give it to you freely. But if you're only worried about how much he makes, you're leaving those kind of things out. Furthermore, when she went on to talk about how looks aren't that big to her, I call horse shit. Now, I was going to say manure. I call horse shit. Man, you don't care about that? Actually, you know what? I believe her. I take that back. But that just further goes to reassure that the biggest thing that she's worried about is the check. She's about collecting a bag. So she don't care if you got a butterface, if you out here looking like Harvey Dent. Shout out Two-Face. She don't care if you're out here looking like Morse Chestnut. If you got the bag, you can apply here. So you're looking for a sponsor. You're looking for someone that's going to go ahead and help offload them childcare costs, if we're being frank about it.
You want help.
You're looking for help. You're not looking for love. You're looking for help.
There it is.
Also, she's talking about how she's not that pressed. 70K will do. 70K or more will do for her. But if you listen to what she's talking about, she says that she earns 6 figures. She also gets 7K monthly that she gets because of her service in the military. She also has several different properties around Houston area or around the town that she owns. So even if she's renting, and that's not an indicator of her current lifestyle, because based on her situation, it might make more sense to rent. Renting isn't necessarily an indictment of your financial status. There's some situations where owning a home or having a home can actually be a bigger burden on you than just renting.
Absolutely.
You gotta look at the situation. So that's not a knock on her per se. But the fact that she has this amount of money coming in, let's be frank. And I would dare any woman to try and call me on this one right here. A woman, especially if she's at a certain level, especially if she already has children, a woman is absolutely not looking to step down.
Nah.
She might be willing to go across the board, across the x-axis. She might be willing to go from 1A to 2A to 3A, but she ain't looking to drop down.
Real talk.
So if she's cleared the 6-figure line, she is not looking to step down to 5 figures again. So she takes on board a dude that makes 70K, 80K, 90K, and she just said that she's ideally looking to stay home. She's looking to rest in her femininity, take her out of her masculinity, all this nonsense. She is not going to be willing to do that at the cost of living a lifestyle less than what she already is doing for herself.
Right.
She's not going to do it.
Correct.
And so that's why when Candace asks some of these questions, she's basically stitching herself, ooh, Ken, that's a good question. Because either A, you haven't thought about it like that, or B, damn, I got to do some self-snitching.
Yeah.
So the reality is, she was honest up front in the beginning. She's looking for a provider. She's looking for someone to go ahead and drop a bag on her to cut the check for her. Everything else, very murky waters. I would not put much stock in that at all.
Real talk.
Now the thing is, and Houston is doing this thing. Houston is very much popping right now. Texas is on the boom. The sister looks great. I'm be honest. There's no knocks on her physically. She's very beautiful. Like you pointed out, none of the marks that you typically would hold against someone like that. Great. She keeps herself in great shape. there's going to be a few dudes out there that's willing to go ahead and bite the apple, even if they saw this and take it for a test drive.
Of
Most
course.
positive, it's not going to have a happy result. So, like you said, do with that what you will, but the game is the game. She's looking for a sucker. And it's going to be nice at first, and another thing, she talked about her husband not being able to discipline her daughter fully. Only she's able to physically discipline her daughter. Now,
she said
I'm not
maybe
said,
her husband.
No, she said maybe your husband, maybe he can go ahead and check her. Let's say, take a toy from her or whatever. That's what she said. She didn't say
that.
But
physically,
I was thinking that way. Yeah.
Oh, she said nobody physically?
Nobody.
I thought she said the husband. Okay. She clarified. She said the husband, she might allow him to go ahead, to check her daughter, take a toy, ground or whatever, but pretty much everything short of the physical discipline. Now, understand, every man out there is not a physical disciplinarian. There are some men with their own children, they don't believe in corporal punishment or spanking, none of that. So it's not about, it's important I get to hit your child. I want to hit your child. It's not about that. It's the willingness. It's the fact that if we were to have a child together, I'm able to fully discipline my child, physically or otherwise, the way I see fit, and you're not going to have an issue with it. But this same child who's getting the same level of protection and provision from me, there's a hands-off policy. That's the problem. You are not allowing me to have full access to your life. You still have sections that are cordoned off, but meanwhile, you have full access to my life.
Right.
It's disproportionate. That's a problem. So you coming into the marriage, the man is thinking, what's mine is yours, what's yours is mine. You're thinking, what's yours is mine, what's mine is mine.
Yeah.
You trust me enough to marry me, to have your daughter, your child under my roof, to eat my food, to wear the clothes I provide, to be taken different places, but you don't trust me enough to discipline the child fully the way I would my own child.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
I'm from the school of hard pop, so I'm with the physical. I think every child needs a good popping.
Not the school of hard pop. Not
that.
It is.
Because we have gotten into a space where we allow women to take away a lot of the masculine discipline actions that are a part of it.
Right.
Even though it's a pop, right? We're not talking about beating a child. We're talking about a nice hard pop from a masculine man.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that child does not do it again. I've been in that situation before. I've talked to the father. Like I tell people all the time, you have to have a good communication with the father. The father that I was dealing with at that time of the children, we sat down and he talked to, and he was like, listen, I'm going to be real with you. Handle those children as if it's your children, as if I was inside that house. So if I'm inside that house, you have all the permission to, do what you need to do to guide these kids the right way.
There you go.
So he gave me permission that if I wanted to discipline the child that way.
Right.
I always say, deal with the child's father without the mother being involved. Have an open communication. Be cool with that. It's worked wonders for me. I remember my stepson went under the Christmas tree, opened up a package and was telling the little ones what they were getting. I caught him under the tree and I had the belt and I popped him, nice little pop across his back. He was like 11 years old.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, I'm going to tell my dad. And I said, go ahead. I'll give you the phone. Go ahead and call
Get a phone.
So he called his father and he said, yeah, what do you do? He was like, yeah, I was under the tree. Yeah. Didn't they tell you not to do that under the tree? Exactly. So guess what? You got a nice little pop over there. Now you about to get a real pop over here. Ever since that situation, my stepson, man, Mr. Anthony this, Mr. Anthony that. Because what you do is you cut the communication off.
That's how it's
from the
supposed
back
to
and
be.
forth. The back and forth, right?
Right.
So children like to play against other adults and
Yes, they
other
do.
guardians. So once you cut that playground off, they have to be in line. And once everybody's on the same court, they all on the same court. His mom was on the same court. His mom gave me permission to do it. His father gave me permission to do it. So he's like, damn, my dad can pop me. My stepdad can pop me. And my mom can pop me. You know what? I'm just going to be on the right track. And he's been on the right track ever since. I remember when he got promoted to this job. And I remember he came home. He was so excited, so happy. And he hugged me so tight. And he said, it's because of you. It's because of I've seen your hard work, your leadership. You go inside, you go to the work, come home, provide for us. That exuded effort of, you know, just being consistent in what you do is why I was consistent enough at this job for 3 months and end up getting a manager's position. You know what I'm saying? So
nice.
I tell people all the time, you lead by example, right? It's not about the physical ability to beat a child. It's about your words and what you mean and how serious it is and the love you have for the child. The combination of all of that together, that child understands what's going on, and everybody, all the parents on the same page, those children will go pretty much far. All my stepchildren under that roof had end up taking high school classes in middle school and took college classes in high school because of the leadership that was under that roof, as well as the support system from outside of that roof. And that's how you build a village, and that's how you get children on that level. But when you sit back and you don't give somebody, especially your husband, the authority to have that option if needed, and you say, no, that's not how it's going to go, that child more than likely ends up being spoiled, resentment, gets to talk to your spouse in a disrespectful way because there's no corporal punishment that's going to come from that side. And I tell women all the time, the reason why men are more successful at being single fathers and create more productive children versus single mothers is the fact that as a woman, and it goes back, y'all talk about this masculinity, but that's not your power. Your power is femininity. Your power is nurturing. So you cannot discipline a child and then go right behind and nurture that child. That child will never see you as a disciplinary figure. That is why the two-part system is always so productive, because the mother is the nurturer and the dad disciplines. You know what I'm saying? We all heard, hey, you know, it's out of my hands, son or daughter. Hey, you wait till your dad get home, then he makes the decision of how he want to treat. And that whole time, you waiting for your father to clock out of work to get home, your mind is like, shit, I'm fucked. Now,
basically.
When your mother says something like that, you're like, oh, man, I'll take the beating. And then I get whatever my favorite food she's going to cook right behind.
Right.
So it's never taken serious in that way. You know what I'm saying? But these are the dynamics that people don't understand. And I think it's very important that people understand the unity under that roof needs to be on the same accord. If it's not on the same accord, that whole roof is basically sitting on quicksand and ready to crumble. And that's why I say a lot of times you guys got to be careful and vet these women, because these women want your children and they want to remove you out of the household. And then they go into another household and be destructive in that household as well, because it's not the same. You as a man, the stepfather doesn't have the same rights as a man. So now the whole house is dysfunctional. So you got to vet. When you giving these women your seed, you're giving them your legacy, make sure you're putting a ring on that finger. Make sure you're giving it to a woman who understands and values you to build a strong household versus you guys building broken homes and thinking that's going to be sufficient enough, and it's not. And it's carrying us backwards instead of moving forwards. I didn't mean to run so long on that, but I just wanted to make sure that I get that point out. All right.
Truth. Let me add this one thing before you go. And I know we got. I hope you don't have a whole lot of long videos like last time, because boy, we
No.
Okay, but I just want to talk about this one comment that that was just made in the chat. If she's making 6 figures, the femininity should be intact, right?
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense, right? Because their whole argument is, oh, I can't be feminine because I'm doing all this work and I'm making all this money. So on the other side of that argument, then you wouldn't be feminine when I meet you. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, or you would be because you're content. And so therefore you should be feminine. You know, you're working hard, but you're content, and therefore you should be feminine. So which one is it? It's very confusing. Go ahead, make your point. I just wanted to add that in. That was a solid point there.
Yeah, that's a solid point. You know, a lot of times people don't understand. A lot of women, and I've seen it through my mother, they use femininity to make money, especially she said she's a realtor. My mother's a realtor. They have to use their femininity to draw in clients. The flirting, the way you talk, you know, the soft-spokenness, the comfortness. That's where the exude of femininity, the power of femininity. That's why women realtors far more exceed more than men realtors, because of their femininity that draws in. It makes the woman in the sales feel comfortable. I'm talking to you like I'm your sister, looking out for you on this contract. Right. Or, you know, with a man, it's I'm giving you the perspective of what a woman, a real woman myself, would love in here, and how, you know, this home will make her feel like home. And he's like, damn, that's pretty dope. So the femininity in itself, and I tell people, it's powerful. You don't need masculinity. That's not your power, women. Your power is femininity. Your femininity protects as well. You know what I'm saying? But there is different aspects of protection. That's the opposite of what masculinity protection looks like.
Yeah,
but that's what femininity powers come in. And once you understand that and you stay in that femininity form, trust me, all of that stuff you talking on social media and these dating sites is just gonna vanish, because at the end of the day, your femininity is going to draw in the right person once you bask in it, understand it, and make sure that you are in a healthy form of it. You don't have these problems. That's why a lot of these women that's out here that has these great relationships, they don't have these problems. They laughing at these type of reality shows and dating shows, because they don't have that. They've been in their femininity and they operate. That's why they're looking at y'all like y'all goofies. Y'all don't know what y'all doing.
Right.
You know,
you obviously don't understand that being a savage is the thing to be. But go ahead. Go to the next video. You did.
All right, let's go to the next one. So this is leading up to our tonight's topic of our super villain guy that everybody marks him out to be. But I want to give you guys 3 trilogies of videos. So these are the same women that's dealing with 3 guys in the show, and that's going to build up to show you in a deeper context of why this guy that they're ostracizing and makes them look stupid, the way Manifestations is going to break it down. So let's get into it. The first guy, right? We're going to get into the first guy of these ladies before we get to our last guy. All right, so here's the first video.
Michael.
And Michael, how old are you?
I'm 25.
25. Okay. What do you do?
I'm an electrician.
You're an electrician?
Yes.
Okay. And now, what are some things you look for in a woman?
Just really support and a few morals. I grew up in the South, so gotta have morals.
Okay. All right. And now, what are some of your deal breakers?
Just ruefulness, being disrespectful, especially depending on certain situations and stuff. But really, that's the main thing.
Okay. All right. And then for the ladies to kind of get to know you a little bit, what do you like to do for fun?
I play basketball. I play paintball as well. Also, I'm getting into riding motorcycles. So
you say you're riding motorcycles?
Yes. Yeah,
Ooh,
get back into that.
All right. So we did get a couple of pop balloons. Let's go on over there and see why they ended up popping. Let's start right at our first girl right here. All right. If we can have your name and age.
Hi, I'm Esther. I'm 23.
And Esther, why did you end up popping your balloon?
He looks like my ex. Yeah.
Okay.
Literally. The second he walked in, I was like, "Huh?" But yeah.
Got it. Okay. And now, is Esther someone that's your type?
Yeah, I would date her.
Okay. So you're not trying to circle back? No.
No. No. Did you play football?
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Okay. All right, let's go on to our next girl. We can have your name and age.
I'm Brianna. I'm 26.
Okay. And Brianna, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
Well, you are younger than me. And I do have you on Instagram. I'd never met you in person, but I do have you on Instagram. But really, you're just younger than me. So,
For sure.
yeah, I'm 26. You're 25.
For sure.
And now, is she someone that's your type?
Not really. I like more like, I would say, athletically built women, but
Athletically built.
Okay.
All right.
not muscular, but you know, like more.
You want me to be like,
Yeah,
ugh.
not muscular. Just more,
What you want me to be like?
just a little bit more built. You know, like
Mm.
thicker women.
Thicker. All right.
All right. Ooh, let's go back. If we can have your name and age.
My name is Jacqueline. I'm 25.
Okay. And Jacqueline, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
I'm petite. He said he likes thick women.
Oh, I think you didn't say thick, did you? You said more.
Thicker.
Yeah, thicker women.
Okay.
But, you know, it is what it is.
So is she someone that is your type though?
Yeah, she's my type, but you know, it's when I say like, you know, athletically built, it's just more, you know, like some type of physique to you, you know.
Okay. So do you, apart from saying that, you did have your balloon unpopped. So when he kind of rephrased that, how are you feeling now?
I feel the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're still,
Yeah.
so no?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
All right, let's go on over here. If we can have your name and age.
Charisma, 27.
Okay. And Charisma, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
I just didn't like your question was what are you looking for? And the first thing that you said was like support. And I feel like if a woman says that, then we're like gold diggers and we are looking for help. And I feel like when you're looking or trying to be with someone, you're supposed to be looking for love. So that was just my thing.
Okay. Did you want to elaborate on what you meant by support?
so let me ask you this: would you take care of a man that doesn't need to be taken care of?
No, I wouldn't. I mean, if we're together and we have communication and he's down and I'm able to pick up where he's lacking, yeah, but take care of a man? No, never.
See, and that's where the question gets you. It's a man that doesn't need to be taken care of, not financially, but you got to be able to take care of him emotionally, support him in those type of
Right.
ways. That's why if you don't, listen to the whole question, you eventually.
Well,
you
maybe,
answer it wrong.
you could have elaborated a little bit more on the support, but that's just, that's what you said. So I was
For sure.
just,
Okay. All right. So is Charisma someone that's your type?
Yeah, she is.
Look at you. Okay. And I know you said him saying that whole support thing was like, but once he elaborated, is he like physically your type though? Like,
I do like the fit. I do. I like the builds. Like, I don't like skinny guys. He's cool.
oh. How you feeling?
I guess we can talk a little bit more. I can get my balloon back.
Ooh. Okay, all right, let's get that back. There you go. Okay, we'll be back. All right, let's go right on over here. If we can have your name and age and why you ended up popping.
I'm Jazz. I'm 26. I popped because I feel like we would be more like best friends.
Okay.
Understandable.
You getting that vibe or?
Yeah.
Oh, why are you guys getting that vibe?
I don't know. He just seems like brotherly. Like he looked like he'd be my brother.
For sure.
All right. Let's go to our next person here. Okay, if we can have your name and age.
Hi, I'm Karma. I'm 24.
Okay, Karma, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
Hi, baby. You are so sweet. Your hair is the problem. That was it for me. It's healthy, it's natural, and it's being done and kept. I appreciate that. It's just the hairstyle for me. I just don't like the singular braids. They remind me of Big Toddler. I don't know why. Otherwise, you give grown man the vibe. I like the outfit. It just didn't work out for me. It's okay.
All right. Is Karma someone that's your type?
Not really. It's just more like kind of look gothic, but not.
You know.
You're beautiful for sure, but it's just the nose ring for sure. That's the main thing.
It's a vibe. It's all right though. Thank you.
All right, let's go on over here. Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Sure. My name is Dira. I'm 22 years of age. I just popped because you seem like a wonderful person. I just feel like maybe our energies wouldn't match necessarily. I feel like you'd be well equipped with someone else. That's all.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, and is she someone that's your type?
Not really. But I mean, her energy does seem like she's a very genuine person. We could be cool, but
Yeah.
dating wise, probably not.
I get it.
Okay, all right, cool. And then we did end up getting a pop back here. Oh, look at me skipping you. If we can have your name and age and why you ended up popping.
Hi, my name is Mishna. I'm 23. The reason I ended up popping because I just got a kind of a better look at you, and I noticed how many tattoos you have. I have none, so that's just something I'm personally not looking for, and I just feel like I don't want any hassle when it comes to bringing home my parents because I'm Haitian. I'm first generation, and my parents are a big aspect of who I date, and I don't want you to have any trouble, and I don't want to hear my mom's mouth. So I just feel like it'd be best if to just.
For sure.
Okay, all right, and
I mean, none of my tattoos are like anything vulgar or anything like that.
It doesn't matter with them.
For sure.
It doesn't matter.
Understandable.
okay, so we do still have 2 unpopped balloons left. I'm gonna go ahead and have you ask the 2 ladies left a question, kind of help you narrow it down between them.
Okay. Do you have any children?
No.
Oh, they both no kids.
No kids. Okay. How many children are you wanting?
Okay, let's start.
3 at the most.
3 at the most.
3 at the most.
Like 2.
What about for you? Do you have any kids?
No, I do not.
And how many do you want?
2.
2, okay, all right. Ladies, do we have any questions for him? Okay.
How often do you go out?
Well, I usually go out sometimes if it's not every weekend. Sometimes I work 60 hours a week, so I mean, whether it's going out to the club or going out to just have fun, enjoy activities, it's either or.
From the producers of Vanderpump Rules, welcome to the Valley.
This is adult stuff.
Our priorities have changed. I'm 40 now.
I don't know how to manage raising a child.
I know you are. Welcome to the jungle, baby. Bravo's The Valley. Stream all new episodes Wednesdays on Peacock.
Press the skip.
Yeah.
You deserve a promotion at work. Enter this prompt into the generative AI tool in Grammarly. Once you get your output, you can even refine it, like make it more.
And do you believe in God? Like, do you go to church or anything?
So I don't go to church out here because I was raised in church. So like I have a certain connection. If I go to your church and I'm not feeling that vibe, like I can't just find that, you know, I gotta be brought into that. That's how I was raised.
All right, rephrase this question. I'm gonna rephrase it. How deep is your relationship with God?
Very deep. It depends on what you want to know.
Okay. That's all my questions.
Okay, I have 2 questions. Do you like to travel?
Yes.
Do you travel a lot?
I don't travel a lot right now because I'm building myself as I'm younger. So then before, you know, starting a family and everything, I can get that out the way.
How flexible is your schedule? Because I'm a hairstylist, so I kind of like pick my schedule. So I can be free when I want to be free. So how flexible is your schedule?
So I make time for what I want to make time for.
Okay.
So my schedule is flexible, however we need it to be.
I had one more question. It's just it's like when she did that, it just went out of my brain. There was one more. I don't know.
You don't know it?
You can come back.
Okay. Well, I'm actually gonna switch it on over to him if I can borrow your pick. Okay. I'm gonna have you hold that. So off of these 2 ladies, I'm gonna have you pop one of their balloons, and you will see if the other one is your match. Okay, so why did we end up popping her balloon?
She's just less from my type. Between the 2 women, she's very beautiful. Hair done,
Thanks.
outfit, crazy.
Thanks.
No problem.
That's all I have to say is thanks. Okay. All right. And so I'm going to bring you on up here. Let's come on up. Come on up. Yep, you too. All right. Did that question go back to you, or any final questions between either one of you before we determine if this is going to be a match? And if you have one as well, you can. You said, I'm good.
I think I'm good.
Oh.
I think I'm good.
Okay, so my final question is going to be, is it a yes for you for him?
Yes, it's yes.
Okay, and is it a yes for you for her?
Yes, sir.
We got a match! Okay.
All right. So
Uh,
that's one down. Two more to go. You want to comment on that, or you want to go to the
Man, that
next?
was long. We got 2 more of those?
Yeah, it's not really that much longer. It's not really. The other 2 is not long. It's chopped
Okay.
up. That was the
Well,
longest one. That was the longest one out of the 2. All
Okay,
right, so
bless
let's go to the next one. All right.
If we can have your name and age.
I'm Esther. I'm 23.
Okay, and Esther, why did you end up popping your balloon?
Just physical attraction. I'm not as
Am I
attracted to
ugly?
him. You're not ugly. No.
I got you.
It's not that. It's just not.
It ain't given.
No, it's given. You look good. I like your outfit.
I got you.
But it's just a physical thing, physical attraction.
Okay. So is there something, because he's trying to figure it out too. What is it? We want to
Yeah, a
know.
lot of y'all said physical attraction. I feel like you feel me?
You are handsome. Just not to me.
Damn, I got you though.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
I'm sorry. It's just that.
Appreciate it.
Great teeth, too. I keep like staring at your teeth.
Great teeth, physical fit.
There's
Outfit
like-
look good. What is it though? Let me know so I can work on it.
Hello?
Self improvement.
It's like beauty's in the eye of the beholder. You are someone else's cup of tea, just not mine.
I got you.
Okay. Now, how are you feeling, Esther? Would you approach her if you saw her out?
I probably would. I probably would.
All right, cool. Thank you. So we do still have 3 unpopped balloons. I'm going to go ahead and have you ask the ladies a question to kind of help you narrow it down, see who's more your type.
So I already got the gym thing out the way. How
Uh-huh.
y'all feel about 50-50? 50-50.
Oh, let's start right here. Your name and age?
I am Kayla. I'm 23.
Okay, so Kayla, why'd you end up popping from him asking how you feel about 50-50?
Because I'm not trying to like backtrack on my past relationship that we was doing 50-50 there, and I didn't like it. Because I feel like if I'm cooking food, if I'm cleaning the house, I feel like that's the 50 right there.
I never said
So-
about payments or nothing.
Well,
I just
then
said
explain.
50-50. It is can you adapt? That's a better question. Can you
Yeah,
adapt?
okay. Yes, I can.
Because I can be holding you down, but then again, life happens. Life on life.
Yeah.
Can you adapt?
Well, then if that's
Are
the
you
case,
willing
yes.
to adapt?
Yes. Yeah, so can I?
You want your balloon back? Let's get that balloon.
Money. I'm not putting on nothing.
See, Kayla, that's why you should have just asked him.
You're right. That was my fault. I'm sorry.
You good? You good?
What? You know what? Hold on. I'm about to do it again. Because you know what? I tried to shoot my shot at him a long time ago. And he, never gave me the time or attention. And he probably don't want to tell nobody, but he's, what's the people? Security at the club. And I be trying to shoot my shot there, too. He still don't give me a chance. I'm good. I don't even care no more. I'm good.
That's all what you got to say for yourself.
All right. It's just like if I see you in the club all the time, it's just come on now. Let's be.
It's
real.
not even all the time, but I also got your Instagram. So
It's like
make some shit shake.
What you saying?
Make some shit shake.
what you saying? You heard what you said?
So you're saying you see her out too much,
Yeah.
and that's that's not
Like,
what.
even though I work security, at the end of the day, I'm not making money. If you was out making money, that's the difference. But you going out, I'm cool.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and go on over to our next girl.
I got a question.
Start with your name and age.
Oh, my name is Brianna. I'm 26. What's outside too much? Like, what is
In the club sections,
too much is the part I'm trying to figure out.
too much. Man, every weekend is too much.
Okay, not every weekend.
And then I think your initial question was, how do you feel about 50-50, right?
No, how you feel about being able to adapt?
No, you can say that.
Being you did say 50-50.
50-50 was the question between you and that.
I'm gonna answer 50-50. With 50-50, yeah, no. I feel like that's a case by case scenario. Like, I don't have a problem. It depends.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind adapting because you did say adapting. So I don't mind. Like, every relationship is different. So whatever works for each different relationship works. Like, I'm not opposed to 50-50 is what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. I would rather, let me throw that in there. I would rather more so the man putting in more. I'm not going to lie about that.
Yeah.
I would more so prefer a man putting in more, but I don't mind a 50-50 situation. It depends on the situation.
I like it.
Cool.
I
Let's
like
go
it.
down here.
Hey, with Priceline VIP.
All right, just give it a time. It's pre-recorded, so it's gonna move forward.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
this is painful to watch. Oh my God.
Indeed.
This
Indeed.
shit. Yo, I have so much. Whew.
Okay.
And,
All right.
and I
So
gotta stop. Oh,
that was it. That was it. My bad. I thought it was more, but that was it. Okay.
okay.
Last one. So now you got. I'm bringing it up because I want you guys. You guys seen two guys that was in front of this guy, which is our main guy for the night. And I wanted you guys to pay attention to the women and see the characters of the women and how they treated the other guys before, right? Yeah. So now we're going into the last guy. So keep those characteristics in mind, all right? Especially the one in the blue sat back and she basically was throwing herself at dude, and dude was like, you too much, you've been in the club, and he's watching you. That's what another women don't understand. He's a security guard. So if he's saying something like that, he done seen you in a lot of dudes' face, and he don't want that. So
he's seen everything.
So pay attention to that in the girl in the blue. Also pay attention to every guy that was on there wanted the first girl, which was the one in the black, who to everybody's been saying is the best female on that panel, right? All right, so pay attention to that. Remember the other girl in the red, she was stalking the other guy's Instagram page from the previous one. So we had the girl in the blue and the girl in the red next to them that stalked these two dudes' Instagram pages and wanted to talk to them, and they didn't want to talk to either one of them. And they got mad about that, right? All right, now that breaks us down to our featured guy.
Hello, welcome. I'll have you hold this. All right, if we can have your name.
My name's Aaron.
Aaron, how old are you?
Yes, ma'am. I'm 29.
29, okay, and what do you do?
I'm a licensed plumber.
Okay, very cool.
Yes.
And now, what do you look for in a woman?
I look for a woman that's not promiscuous and has a career going for herself.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And now, what are some of your deal breakers?
Deal breaker, being promiscuous, not cleanly, don't have a career, nothing really going for yourself.
Okay. All right. So we did get a pop balloon. Let's go ahead and go on over there and see what's going on.
Yes.
All right. If we can have your name and age and why you popped your balloon.
Hi, my name is Karma. I'm 24. Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm supposed to say the pop in the balloon popper. Got you. For me, it just did not work. I didn't feel like I had chemistry or wasn't fully attracted to you. And I feel like that counts if we are going to be going through a dating show, you know?
Yes, the feeling is definitely mutual. So that's okay. Yeah. Thank you. You did me a favor.
You know, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm glad you have a great day.
Thank you, Queen. You too.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead. All right. We got to pop over here. If we can have your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Hi, my name is Tara. I'm 22.
Okay. And why did we end up popping our balloon?
The comment you made, I like a more humble person, not someone that responds so defensive-ish. Yeah, that's really it. I didn't really necessarily like
that's
how you
fine.
responded.
Hey, I could just all I can do is be honest.
I mean,
you know,
yeah, be honest,
I
be your
came
authentic
over
self.
here
That's okay.
to find a match
Sure.
that wasn't matching. That's
Sure, I
all,
mean,
Queen.
I 100% understand.
Yes,
yeah.
ma'am.
Sure.
And I was, she someone that's your type?
She all right. You're not really my type. I don't mean to be disrespectful.
No disrespect.
But if I seen you in public, I wouldn't reach out to.
Totally fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right. And we did get a pop balloon over here. Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
I'm Lex, and I'm 23, and I popped my balloon because I feel like you could be a tad bit disrespectful, like how you, like, I don't know, arrogant, a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, just that.
Well, voicing my opinion is not arrogant. She asked me if she would be a good fit for me. If I like what I see, it's contrary to the truth. So
Of course.
that's all I can do is just state what I see. That's not a good look for me. That's all, Queen. But thank you. You did me a favor as well.
Yeah. Also, what I have to say is, it's not what you say. This is what I mean by what I said. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yes.
You could have rephrased a lot of the things that you have been saying to me as well as the other girls differently. But that's all I have to say.
But one thing about me is I'm not going to change who I am
Of course.
to fit somebody else's liking. I'm just going to tell it how it is. If you're not it, that's not it. The
Cool.
one that is it, I'm going to let it be known.
Okay.
For surely, yes.
Respectful.
Old Spice Putty. High hold, matte finish.
Whatever trip you're planning, we've been there. TripAdvisor.
Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Brianna, 26. My eyes are up here, baby. Are you looking at the tattoo?
No, I'm looking at the hair on your arms. Women I deal with, they don't have hair on their
Don't
arms.
do too much.
Hey, I'm just being honest,
Don't do
Queen.
too much.
I don't like that. That's all I was looking at. You trying to say if I'm looking at particular body
You just
parts,
wasn't
but
looking at
that's
my
not
eyes.
what it is.
That's
No, I was
all
looking at the hair on your
Anyways,
arms, Queen.
she asked me the question.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in heels and you ain't tall enough.
Okay.
Don't do too much.
Well,
though.
you're not qualified, baby.
Alright,
So that's all good.
Let's move on. Okay. So we do still have 3 unpop, but she looking like you gonna pop? Okay. Okay. All right. If we can have your name and age and why you ended up popping.
My name is Jacqueline. I'm 25. I popped because I have hair on my arms.
Hey, just because you got hair on your arms, that's okay though, Queen. You look phenomenal though.
Thank you.
She ain't fit to my liking. She ain't even fit to. Hey, excuse me, Queen. I'm talking to this woman right here. Oh, well, I could look anyway. I could look any way I want to.
Okay.
But yeah, can y'all give her balloon back though?
She don't want it.
Yeah, do you want your balloon back, Queen? We're not talking to you, sweetheart.
Okay.
You already been. I already let you know. I'm not interested in. You got more hair on your arms than me, baby. But anyway.
Okay. So he's saying get your balloon back, but how you feeling him?
I'm not gonna get my balloon back.
Okay.
All right. No problem. So we do still have 2 balloons.
Yes.
Do we still have 2 balloons?
No.
Let's go over here. I saw you hesitate. That's why I had to ask. So if we can have your name and age and why you ended up popping.
My name is Kayla. I'm 23. Originally, I was not going to pop my balloon because I know a lot of them popped it because he was being, I guess, arrogant. But to me, I like my man that's not going to sit in every girl's face and, complimenting them, So I didn't find that offensive to me. But when they started, what was going on, I'm very, I don't want to say I'm argumentative, but I don't want my man to argue back with me because then I feel like it's going to always be a problem. That was the only reason why I popped my balloon, because I was just like, dang. But then with me, you kind of got a little bit catty with me. You a little sassy just a little bit. And since you want to come at everybody over here, I'm going to get at you too. You kind of look like a Ninja Turtle. You're not that cute. You need to relax. You stocky as hell. And I was trying to be respectful, but you was really coming out I didn't like it. I'm from the South and I can handle a lot of criticism and stuff like that. But the way you was coming, you just ain't like you got it all like that. And I guarantee you probably got a roommate at home and it's just not giving anymore.
Yeah. Well, let me say this, Queen. I'm a licensed plumber.
So, I do real estate and property management.
I live
So what you
downtown.
doing?
I live
Nothing compared to
downtown.
me.
I stay by myself, Queen. And you're not even qualified to be even
You
dealing
say
with me.
everybody not qualified.
You definitely not. You know, if anything, it was one of these two. I wasn't even looking your way. You
And
ain't
the one
my
that you
type.
wanted popped
If I
up
seen, that's fine.
So what?
That's totally fine.
Okay.
But one thing about me, I could pull 100,000 on the bank. Can you do the same?
Get this
Yeah,
man
you can't
off
do
camera.
that. You can't do that though, baby. Yeah,
Let's
in a real
move
way,
on.
you
Let's
can't
move
do
on.
that though, Queen.
All right. If we can have your name and age.
Hi, I'm Esther. I'm 23.
Okay. And Esther, you still have your balloon unpopped. Why so?
Are you done?
Oh yeah, I'm done with the rest of that.
Okay.
You know,
Okay, now we can talk, right?
in a real way.
Okay. What do you look for?
I look
What
for
are you looking for?
a woman, like I said, that's not going to be promiscuous, a woman that's going to be consistent, a woman that has a career and things going for herself, because I had the same thing going for myself,
Okay.
you know, as well. I don't need a woman to give me her money or anything. I'm just looking for devotion and some loyalty, that's all, and some honesty.
Do you believe in God?
Oh, certainly. Yes, ma'am. I'm a God-fearing man. I practice monotheism. You know, I won't tell you what I identify as religion-wise, but we can get to that at a later date and time, you know,
can.
if you choose to leave here with me.
Okay. Do you know the Bible says that love is kind?
Yes, certainly.
Are you here for love or are you here to just
I'm
insult
trying to
everyone?
create a family, you know,
Okay.
that's what I aspire to do.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
You're good?
Sure, we're good.
Oh, okay. All right. Any questions for her?
No, not at all.
Oh. Do you have any kids?
No, I don't.
Do you want kids?
I do. You
How old
gonna
are
give
you
me
again?
some? Huh?
How old are you?
I'm 29. How old are you?
23.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. You know, we might as well get up out of here right now.
Well, let's
Yeah.
step on over here. Let's step that way real quick for me. Step that way.
Okay.
All right. So it seems like there's a little vibe here. So is it gonna be a yes for you for him?
God says save souls, so yeah.
Oh, and is it a yes for you
It's
for her?
gonna be a hell yes for me.
Okay, we got a match. All right, let me take this mic and y'all can go on off.
They got salty. They got salty.
Yeah, they did. That's how it goes, though, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yeah,
Check
yes,
this
sir.
out, man. Listen, this show.
Okay, hold up.
Go ahead.
Off rip.
Good.
Was the guy disrespectful from start to finish? That's
Not
what I
from start
want.
to finish.
No.
Not from start to finish. But he was a little slick in the beginning with the first girl. He was a little slick with the first girl. He did not have to say, like she said, you know, you're not my type. She was seeming like she was low key with it, but he was very direct with it. He was like, well, you definitely not my type. Neither. You did me a favor. You know, that's not called for. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not called for. You don't have to take it there. Be like, no, you're not my type. If they ask why, you say politely why. But you know, the whole you did me a favor and you definitely not my type is a bit much. You know what I'm saying? After her, and I feel like he only did that because with her response towards the end, she tried to get a little slick. The problem is when you're having an interaction with a woman, never mind what she says to you, you always have to keep your composure. You see this on Kevin Samuel's show all the time. All the chicken heads, and I'm going to say it just like it is, all the chicken heads have a problem with Kevin Samuels because I don't like the way he talked to the women. Oh, he's so disrespectful to women. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, Lord. Never mind how these hood rats talk to him, and he's an elder. You understand what I'm saying? Kevin Samuels is overly respectful to most of these women until they start talking stupid, and he has to check them. He really goes out of his way, ma'am. Please stop interrupting me. Please, thank you, ma'am. This, ma'am, that. Kevin Samuels gets in your ass when you come at him sideways. But because the person on the other side of the argument has a pair of titties, you got to still handle her with kid gloves no matter what. No, we just not doing that shit no more. So, yeah, he was a little slick with the first girl after she was a little slick with him, though. Still, I feel like he could have been a little cooler, just kept his composure, whatever. After that, it was cool, but the other girls, you know, low-key got an attitude because, you know, he kind of gave the first girl back what she gave him. You dig? So that was an issue. Let me just go back over these other ones real quick. I saw some very strange things in some of these videos. Just some of the stupid reasons that You know, like I think Quita said earlier, you know, these women are really airheads in the chat, and she's spot on, because some of the airheadery here. You don't like singular braids, really? That's why you're not interested in him. You don't like singular braids, okay? The other guy said when they asked, "What do you look for in a woman?" He said support. This dummy assumed that he was talking about taking care of him or whatever. Support is a very broad word that can mean a lot of things. And it's okay for a man to want some type of support, emotional support, believing in him, whatever, you know, providing, just supporting his dreams. That's actually a key tenet of something that men look for. This dummy popped the balloon because he said support. Good luck with that, okay? The other one, oh, our energies didn't match. And it was just like, all the guy did was walk out. What do you mean you haven't had a conversation? This is before he even said anything. Our energies didn't match. What are you talking about? The 50-50 question. Somebody popped their balloon just because he asked, how do you feel about 50-50? And she pops the balloon. And then you asked her, well, why'd you pop it? And then, you know, she realized that what she did was stupid because the man just asked a question. He didn't say he wanted 50-50. He didn't ask you to go 50-50. He said, how do you feel about it? It's a legitimate question. You're not interested because he asked the question. And you wonder why you can't find no man. You wonder why you're on this show to begin with. This other one, holding a grudge against the guy because he was a security guard and he didn't want to talk to her. I mean, he's giving you a chance today. He obviously saw something in the club that, you know, was kind of sideways. You might want to take him up on that. When I used to be a promoter, and I can tell you, when you see women constantly in the club, that's not a woman you want to talk to. Fairly or not, ladies, guys talk. When they see you in the club every week, especially if you're a drink troll and you trying to be friends with the nigga who got the bottle this week, you at the bar trying to extort niggas for drinks. You dig? Like, men find that very off-putting. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're just out there too much, your face get dirty. You know, there's a negative connotation that comes fairly or unfairly with women who are always in the club. Just know that. And then the fact that the 50-50 issue is still so damn triggering. Bruh, y'all really that pressed that you can't manipulate somebody into paying most of your way through life? Really? That's a very serious flaw. But yeah, the other one, you know, the other two hood rats at the end, the one tried to get real slick with the last guy. So my face is up here, and then he told her, no, he's actually looking at the hair on her arms. That shit was epic. It was epic. But this just goes to show you, sometimes these women are asking for it. You dig? Girls gonna fight black dress because she ain't follow the script and pop her balloon. That's right. Girl,
she broke girl code.
She broke girl code. And what guys are starting to realize, and I'm gonna speak it right now so that those of you that don't get it do get it. Most modern women in a dating capacity are followers. I've actually heard women tell me, yeah, I'm not dating him because light-skinned niggas ain't in style no more. I've actually heard women tell me this. But dead serious. You understand what I'm saying? Oh no.
One of them actually lived that. I don't know if you caught that, but one of them was doing everything in your power to say everything but that.
I wouldn't be surprised, because the things that go into these women's psyche, you know. Well, I heard another woman say, because I liked, before I was married and all this type of stuff, I used to like to just talk to women just for purposes of getting intel. You know, it really helped me learn quite a bit in my dating escapades, right? And just some of the stuff that comes out of their mouths, like, I can't bring this guy around my girls because, you know, his career isn't something that they would know. What?
Oh, that's fair.
Really? It's not something that they would know. I can't bring him around my family. One of them said she was Haitian, so, you know, the other guy had tattoos, which is understandable. I hate tattoos also. However, you know what I'm saying? When you start talking about you can't bring such and such around your people for more frivolous reasons, it starts to look a little silly. You know what I'm saying? And I heard a lot of that. You know, I don't want my man to argue back with me. That was another one of the stupid comments that I heard. So as a man, you're just supposed to shut up and accept whatever she says. A lot of women feel this way about men. And it goes back to their misandrist mindset. Then the other one, she just went ham with the insults. Oh, I don't want no man to argue back with me. You kind of sassy. You look like a Ninja Turtle. I bet you got a roommate. And this is yeah, you could just hear the neck. You could see the neck waving in her face when you look at her.
I can hear the nigga. I can hear the nigga.
You can hear the nigga. You can smell it on her. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Guys need to avoid women like that.
But that's okay. But don't worry about her, because see what you have to do, and see that's the problem. What you have to do is you have to be a provider for her and take her out of her masculinity. She wants to rest in her femininity. She doesn't want to be like that. You have to take her out of her masculinity. You have to let her rest. I
see what you just did.
And then all that behavior, it'll just magically vanish like it never was. Like, you know.
I see what you just did there. Yes.
Like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You know, that's how that works.
I want to say she contradicts herself, and she's trying to make herself look way better than what she actually appears to be. She talks as this when she says, "Oh, you know, he probably don't have, he probably has a roommate, don't have his own place." And then he says, "I'm a licensed plumber." And before he even finished saying plumber, she was like, "Oh, I'm a real estate agent," and some other shit she said. And you could tell based on how you dress, based on how you carry yourself. And remember, the previous guy, you was over there trying to throw yourself at this man, talking about make it happen, do this and do that. And he noticed you as a bouncer, as a security guard, that you up in dude's face. You always in the club. So if you always in the club and he's trying to tell you that, and he's not trying to embarrass you, then how are you out here making money like that? Somebody who makes money like that ain't in the club like that. I'm gonna be real with you. The women that's in the club like that, heavy like that, is women that ain't got shit going for themselves and struggling and trying to luck up on somebody to finance themselves. And she looked like she just tries to do transactional stuff for money. Because she came at him. She basically said, you know, make some shit happen, aka, dog, you could get this pussy. You just need to man up and come get it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said, that's why I was leading the videos up, because as a man who sits back and vet women, you can see the red flags in these women. So when they sit back and say, this man's sassy, I'm looking at these women like, no, you got multiple guys that came on this program and y'all had some vitriol stuff to say to these guys. And then when a man comes, the final man that comes to say something to y'all, now y'all like, oh shit, who are you to do this? Nah, the other guys pandered to us. Who the fuck you think you are? You ain't pandering to us, so get the fuck out of here. And he's like, nah, bitch, you get the fuck out of here. I make good money. I'm physically fit. So it don't matter what you talk about, because I can leave here with the baddest one. The same one that y'all sat back and said that this guy was respectful, and yet y'all popped all y'all balloons because he said he wants somebody in the gym. You know what I'm saying? And this man was begging for the black dress, and he ain't even leave with black dress. She said, "No, you might be somebody else's cup of tea, but not mine." And the man y'all talk about that sassy is the man that ended up getting the woman that every other guy before him wanted to get and couldn't get.
I ain't mad at him, dog. I'm not mad at him. And you know, one last point before I pass to Bobby, that when that sister said, you might be somebody else's cup of tea, but not mine. People need to be mindful of this, man. That's okay. You understand what I'm saying? That's okay. Just because somebody look good, it's like when I go out and I'm shopping, I'll see a fly ass blazer or a fly ass suit. Damn, that shit is nice, but I wouldn't wear it.
Yeah,
you dig? You can be attractive, you know what I'm saying, and somebody can find you attractive. Just
I wouldn't be with that person or I wouldn't date that person, and that's okay. I think people need to really realize that. And your qualities could be on point too. You could be a good person, but y'all just don't mesh. Y'all energies don't match. You know, it does often mean, okay, I'm not attracted to you, but my issue with the energies don't match thing, they hadn't even spoken. Like, shit, you got to talk to somebody or at least hear them out before you determine what energy matches. That shit ain't make no sense. But hey, I'm actually observing.
Right.
Yeah. But go ahead, Bob. What you got, man?
All right, Bobby, it's up to you to cook for us. What you got for us before we get up out of here?
No.
Yeah, Bobby.
No, y'all said it right. Again, and I think Quita, shout out Quita, she definitely stole the show with that comment. That basically is if you had to try and find some way to sum this cacophony, this symphony of dysfunction up, that definitely would do it just fine. Most of, if not all, the ladies on there were very much airheaded. The second brother, was it the second or the first? The brother who has the toddler haircut, toddler hairstyle.
Hilarious.
Big ups to the brother. I wanted to punch him in the back of his head so hard for going with that goofy. I'm like, sir,
real talk. That was a horrible choice.
I mean, it's not like he had a plethora of options there, but there were at least one or two other sisters. Certainly the last one standing. That even though he didn't, I felt like he didn't give her too much of a chance to really speak, because you only had a couple questions. Now, granted, when she did get the mic, she didn't exactly, she did ask the question. She asked what was important to her, but even that, I don't feel she asked the best way possible. But I still felt there was at least a lot more possibility than what you saw out of her, because everything about her just screamed like vacancy.
Real talk.
Like the motel up here got 28 suites, and now one of them filled. Not even in danger.
Real talk.
Hey, everyone driving by this motel, ain't no one even looking on the side of the road. Ain't no action going on up here.
Nothing.
And even and she just so I remember this correctly, because I couldn't believe when I saw it. She did pop her balloon, right?
Yeah,
she did.
And they had to go get it back.
On some goofy stuff, like, sir,
Something
she
petty.
is incapable of thinking. Especially with her, just for that video, I just kept remembering, as of 2018, the average U.S. adult has the literacy level of a middle schooler.
Real talk.
I just kept that just kept going off in my head, like, I'm seeing it, man.
And
like the inability to think. That's another thing. And I was actually laughing. I expected her to pop.
She's out of shape.
That was a little contradictory to him too, because he did say he likes his women built, and I mean, she has a body, so to speak, and I'm using that loosely, but she ain't built. And I heard when he was talking and explained that, she was looking. I was laughing. I don't know if you caught that, but when he was explaining that, she was kind of looking like nervous, like, "Oh shoot, damn, that's not me."
Right.
And I was crying, laughing. So I think she kind of like So if anything, I think she was more caught up in the idea of being the exception. Like, well, I'm not his preference, but he still chose me. I'm that shit.
Dude.
Because it didn't make sense. But I don't know. Maybe he could be happy with it. Maybe he's not very deep himself. So maybe that's, water finding its own level, IDK. But I was just like, dude, listen now. You're better off with the other sister. That was with him. The second brother, a lot of goofiness that he was encountering. And again, he's respectful. The first sister, and I'm just going to go out and say it, I could be wrong, but everything in me was jumping towards the idea that she had issues with him because he was too dark to her. I'm just going to say it.
More than likely.
Because everything else, based on what she's saying, because what's the problem? He's even like, well, what's the issue so I can fix it?
Mm-hmm.
So he was tall enough. We know that's a big thing. If he's shorter than 6 feet, so he's cleared the 6 foot mark. That's not the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Brother's not fat. He's clearly in shape. So that's not the issue. Cleaned up well. Came out presentable. He did like he was just coming off the street, but he also looked like he was going to an awards gala. He was dressed for the occasion. Style wasn't the issue. Nothing crazy, not a whole bunch of tats or anything else that anyone have an issue with. That's not the problem. She even said he has great teeth. He's well spoken, very humble, very respectful. What is the problem?
Yeah.
And he's even saying it. The only thing she didn't, and she said he's handsome. Okay, so you don't like handsome men? What's the issue? The only thing, the most glaring thing is my brother has that original Nubian midnight prince of Africa complexion to his skin. That's the only thing I can see. Now I could be wrong, but based on the clues I have, go for it. Go for it.
Or, I mean, who's really gonna tell somebody they ugly? Who's really gonna tell somebody if she thought he was ugly? Would she say it? Probably not. But go ahead.
I believe she would have, or something to the effect, or she would have given one of those. The vibe isn't the right type of answers, one of those generic ones. But to go out of her way and say that he's handsome, and then say, but he's just not my type. Well, so then what's off the bottom?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, to your point. Remember, the first guy was a red guy, and she said she popped her balloon because she said you look just like my ex. So you might be on the right track.
So that's the type. But yeah, so I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't have it confirmed, but that's just what I'm leaning towards. I'm typically good at reading people, not perfect, but that's what I was picking up. It could be off. Could be a rough day, but that's what I was leaning towards.
Okay.
But ultimately, again, we saw that some of these women were serial offenders. Based on Chick in the Blue, nobody does it for her. And probably out of all of them, she was the most childish by far. She behaved all of 23, if not a little younger.
13. I say 13. I don't give her that 10 years.
I was being generous. I'm in a good mood this weekend. But yeah, she definitely behaved her age, or if not lower. Full of niggerish attitude and all sorts of mannishness. I don't know what she is what you would stereotype as the perpetual club chick. She is that chick.
She is.
She's definitely a club monster. And that's not to mean not knock her as a thing. If that's your thing, that's your thing. But the way she carries and conducts herself, on top of that, with the preferences that she has, like, man, you are definitely going to be one of these aged out beauties that's perpetually bitter and angry and hates men because you want what your very own behavior disqualifies you from.
Yes.
And I'm not even, and that's the thing with a lot of these ladies' preferences, I'm not even knocking any of them.
Right.
None of the things that they want or looking for are off or wrong or things that they shouldn't be looking for. I'm not knocking a damn one of them. Some will tell you that, yeah, you shouldn't want this, that, and that. No. I believe that you should absolutely want what you want. The kicker is, I'm a believer that you need to go ahead and put in the work for what you want. You have a type, and I've said this before, I'm going to go to my grave saying this. It ain't going to switch up, not one day ever. Broken record. You have a type. If you are not having luck with attracting your type, then you need to do one of three things. One of two things, one of three things. You need to either A, find out what is your type's type and get more in alignment with that. Find out what they're interested in. Work yourself into fitting that mold a bit. If that's too tall a task, then there really is somebody out there for everybody. There are people who are digging you right now. Find out who they are. Learn to like the song says, if you can't be with the one that you love, learn to love the one that you're with. So find who those people, find who your tribe is, and well, let me see if I can go ahead and make this work over here. If neither of those two options are appealing to you, then you need to go ahead and invest in a nice gardening club membership somewhere, or make friends with your local society for the prevention of cruelty to animals. Get your shelter rescue on. Find you some pets. Find you some companions, and live out the rest of your days with them.
Get some plants. Yeah.
Most of them love the plants because guess what? The plants don't talk back. The dogs might bark at you. The cats might.
There you go. The plants don't even talk back.
Plants won't argue back with you. You can argue, you can be slick as you want to. The plants aren't going to argue back with you. You don't like your man arguing with you. I'm sure you don't like your house plants arguing with you.
There
either.
you go.
So
That's
problem
why I say
solver.
get a plant.
Problem meets solution.
There you go.
But that's all you have. That's all any of us have.
That's it. Figure it out.
These women are calling for things that the men who can provide them with are not going to be interested in. A dude who's out here being a provider, he's not doing 50-50. He's paying the whole load. He's retired, so to speak. You think any of that attitude he's going to put up with? If he's healthy and he has good self-esteem, he doesn't have any unresolved mommy issues or trauma in his life that he needs help, you think he's going to put up with that?
Real talk.
No, ma'am, I'm not going to flex on you about paying all the bills. But what's understood need not be said. If I'm paying the bills, I'm damn sure not. If I'm not paying for nothing else, I'm damn sure not paying for disrespect under my roof.
Real talk.
I'm being good to you, and I got to deal with this sideways nonsense. Oh hell no!
Nah, bro, it ain't gonna work.
It's not gonna happen.
Not hardly.
So, a lot of women need to really make peace with the idea that you need to be less concerned about the man you want and more concerned about the woman that you want to be, that you're trying to be.
True.
You can make the list if you want to, but you need to hold yourself up to the list and find out, do I stack up? Do I match what I'm asking for?
Mm-hmm.
This woman here, and you got to be frank with yourself. You can lie to other people. Don't lie to yourself.
Don't do it.
The woman that I am, is she justified with getting this? Can she call hands? Can she go ahead and deserve this up here?
Right.
And you can lie to yourself, but if you do, you're going to find out that month after month, year after year, you still ain't got no results. Some of your friends might be getting engaged. You know, you're invited to your sister's wedding, whatever. Everyone else is go ahead and progressing. Meanwhile, you're sitting right there by yourself. Ain't nothing changing.
Stagnant.
You're not in danger of getting taken off the market anytime soon. And then maybe before it's too late, you'll go back and say, you know what, let me take an honest look at this list again.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, this girl got holes in like some old socks. Nah, this ain't gonna work. We gotta tighten up on that.
Real talk.
The sooner you make the changes, the better, because it's not gonna change. I had a math teacher back in middle school, because a lot of us were in the class in our algebra class. A lot of us had issues with math. We didn't like it. We didn't like studying. We didn't like subjecting ourselves to something that we weren't good at. So a lot of us just, we tried to find shortcuts and cut the corners. But she used to always tell us that you try to get away from doing the work. It's like fighting on this wall. We had those big old concrete walls. She used to always, let's knock on the wall. Said, the wall always wins. You can't beat the wall.
Real talk.
Funny enough, this is before you talk about the whole red pill wall thing. So that was just ironic. But it's the reality. You cannot beat the wall. So find a way to work with it or to work around it, but you cannot beat it. The sooner you make peace with these things, the sooner you can fix them, and the sooner you can have a good life. You can get the things that you want out of it. But the longer you go resisting and kicking and dragging the heels, you miss out on opportunities. You miss out on chances. And if you ever decide to finally get your stuff together, you will find that you have done it only to go ahead and improve your own self, but it's not going to be for any benefits. You've done it just simply for the fact of saying, you know what, I finally improved myself. I've developed, I like me. And the only rewards you're going to have are just to say, I did, I became the best person I can. But you're not going to have the person that you would want who's going to desire that person, because they're either going to be out doing their own thing. They already have the person that was together, got it together, or they're looking for something younger who got it sooner.
All facts. Well said, sir. Well said.
Well said. Well said.
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say just a real quick cap. Should be less than a minute. Just some things that I picked up that I really want to just speak on real quick. Most of the women in that video presented as skanky and hood radish. Just look at the way they dress, the way they present themselves, just the way they put themselves out there. They didn't look like they were coming there to try to be wives. They didn't look like they wanted to be taken seriously. Most of the women, a lot of them were not listening.
I see this as a very serious problem. They're not
That was
listening.
huge.
2 women had to get their balloons back because they misunderstood what the guy said and they made their own interpretation. Women are not listening to men. The hair on my arms. Yeah, I this other one, she's popping her balloon because of what he said to another girl. When he said the girl's hair on her arms, oh, I got hair on my arms, so I popped my balloon. Told the other girl, oh, she wants a little thicker. Oh, I'm small, so I popped my balloon. He didn't say that to you. He said that to her.
Great point.
We know what we want and we know what we're saying and to whom. Shut up and pay attention. And then
that goes back to what you said before, though. A couple of those things went back to what you said before about not paying attention, failure to communicate. So you want to communicate it, but you have assumptions. Ask questions. So if you're on a date and there's something that's said that you don't say, you're just gonna sit there and just, oh, he said this. Living with the interpretation of mind, ask him, talk to him.
Well, it goes back to the number one thing that plagues women. A lot of them don't want to admit to it, but the number one thing that they love to do is they listen to react.
They do. That's
not
very
listen
true.
To comprehend.
Very true. We got to do a whole show about that.
Yes.
We got to do a show about that. That's big. That's key. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, man. So what's up? Take us home, man.
Yeah, no, I just want to do this before we get into our crown check because we got a super dope sister tonight. But before we get into that, I did want to show people that, you know, when we on here, Manversations, you have 3 solid brothers. When you go on our social media pages, we're always holding accountability to everybody, men and women. A lot of times men, they grasp our accountability. Men tighten up. Yo, Major, you know what? You're right. Hey, Bobby, you're right. Aunt, you're right. They don't have nothing against accountability. We man up and do that. When it comes to women and accountability, it always seems to be this feminist thing. Oh, you're trying to control. Oh, you don't, you know, this is what I do. And all this other nonsense deflecting from making yourself a better woman to go out into the world and get the guy that you are seeking. But when you're not accountable and men see that, then they walk away from that. And also the way you carry yourself will also eliminate you from lining up and aligning with somebody that is made for you. We've seen that with the Chris Brown situation where the guys was like, yo, that's disrespectful. You had a good dude. And you threw it all away to take a raunchy picture with a celebrity crush or whatever Chris Brown is meant for you.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, Chris Brown goes back to all his groupies that he flies out of. He has his own set of groupies. He don't want you. You got to go back home to the guy you disrespected. And the guy you disrespected is like, nah, I don't want you. And now you're back on square one when you had a guy that was taking care and providing for you, but you risked it. So I say all of that to bring to you guys. I don't know if you saw this video, but this was a young lady that went viral and it ended up biting her in the ass. All right, so here's the video.
The hunt for the hawk to a girl has begun.
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that thing.
People are searching all across the internet trying to figure out who this girl is that became famous overnight. Elena Robinson was the main girl in question, but she came out with a recent video explaining she is not the Hawk Tuah girl, despite some similarities. So that brings up a big question. Who is she? What we know about her is that the original video took place in Nashville, Tennessee, and given her accent, it's safe to assume that is where she's from. The original creator, who did the interview, Tim and DTV, tagged Chelsea Bradford and Haley Welch in the comments indicating that Haley Welch is the girl in the video. It was confirmed that Chelsea Bradford is the friend that we can see in the video. However, when you search Haley Welch on different social media platforms, you won't be able to find an account that matches her, leaving a mystery of is this really Haley Welch? Some suspect that after the video was released that she deleted all her accounts to avoid being found. Others suspect that it's actually not Haley at all and there's some other girl that is in the video. We won't.
All right, so they didn't know who the girl was, but guess what? Like social media detectives, they found her. The Hot Shoe girl fired from her job as a teacher after a viral moment. So the Hawk 2 girl is identity revealed. She lost her job as a teacher after a viral moment. Haley Witch, also known as the Hawk 2 girl, was recently taken over the internet for a rather ridiculous reason. She was recently spotted signing merchandise alongside a local merchant in her hometown. Even though the viral video had a negative impact on her life, Miss Welch recently lost her job as a teacher after reports indicated that students began discussing her viral fame, which the administration deemed as a negative influence, leading to her permanent dismissal. Stop trying to get fame out here that's going to cause your life to go in a direction that you cannot recover from. We told you guys about that. Act like the lady in the streets. The guy interviewed in the streets, you act like a lady in the streets. The Hawk 2 is for your guy, your husband. That's who's supposed to know about your movements, not the random world. And now you have all these guys looking for you. They found you, and because they found you, as well as your viral moment, because we got children that follow all these different, they have different clips that these children come upon. And now they found it, and they are in this school talking about Hawk 2, girl, can you do that? And the principal's like, yo, this shit is crazy. Like, kids out here mimicking you? No, like, you got to go. And now your life is ruined behind it. You tried to clear all your accounts, and they found you. That's why they always say what's done in the dark will come to light, and it come back to bite you in your ass. And I just wanted to share that as a lesson to all you women out there. Make sure you carry yourself in a good light so that it doesn't come back and affect you, especially in your livelihood where you lose your financial job. And the ways to sponsor yourself, to carry yourself, especially during a time where everybody is basically trying to maintain and stay above water. All right. So that's what I had to address. And then we're going to
price of fame.
Yeah,
you made my day with that one.
We're going
Play
to the
stupid
crown.
games, win stupid prizes. I love it. Yes.
We're going to the crown check, and then you guys can definitely elaborate on that later.
Go for it.
So, all right, crown check for tonight is no other, right, than our queen from Miami, our queen sister from Miami, who is Tawana Terry. She's a phenomenal athlete, but you know, we got her here. Twanisha T. Terry, born January 24, 1999, is an American sprint specialist in the 100-yard meters distance. She has earned 2 World Athletic Championship gold medals as a part of the U.S. Women's 4x100 relay at the 2020 World Athletics Championship and the 2023 World Athletics Championships. What makes this queen so phenomenal is that the fact that she actually got in a race recently with our other queen, Shakira, what's her name? Shakari. So she got in a race, a 100-yard race with Shakari, and ended up placing third. I believe she was third. Came in third, and she qualified to go to the Olympics in Paris. So, you know, she's been on the relay team and won a medal on the relay team, and she got her leg work up, and now she's qualified to run in the 100-yard dash with I'm pretty sure they're going to be clashing with them Jamaicans. So it should be a very, very interesting race. And shout out to our young queen out here in 305 representing at the Olympics. All right. So that's our queen check for the night. Hand it over to you guys.
That's what's up, man. Shout out to
305 in the building.
Trail to the pond. We live, baby. Yeah. All right.
Got 100 on the dash, young. Y'all ain't killers. Y'all got 100-yard dash guns. Let's go.
Yay. Twanisha Terry and Shakari. Listen, we produce some excellence in this city. We really do. You know, shout out to a lot of the talent that's in the 305. Shout out to that young lady for that accomplishment. I hope she goes on to do great things. I'm so proud. I'm always beaming with pride whenever somebody comes from my city and they exude excellence, particularly when it's somebody blackity black like me. You understand where I'm coming from? So that's what it is. Just to in closing, I know we're over time here, so I don't make this too long. But folks, when you're watching these dating shows, you can take some of the good from it, but don't internalize what you see these morons doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are more negative influences and more idiots on these dating shows than I've seen anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Including some of the hosts. You understand? Let these dating shows serve as a guide, for the most part, of things that you need to avoid and be aware of. Let these things show up in a way whereas you understand how to read people. You can read code. I talked about that earlier today. When somebody says this, it's really code for that. Learn how to make those dissertions when you're dating. You have to always date and listen in the spirit of discernment so that you can decipher what this person appears to be saying from what they may be actually saying, because people often wear a mask the first time around. When you really, really get spiritual and you nice with it, you can kind of look at somebody and you can tell, okay, this person is a piece of shit. But until you get to that point, you got to learn how to ask the right questions. And when people respond, take them at their word. Also, a lot of communication is nonverbal, and you got to keep that in mind too. These are very key things when you're out here dating, and just try to keep an open mind and understand that, hey, these shows are not necessarily based in reality, but a lot of what you see is reality. You know what I'm saying? As far as the things that people are thinking. Yeah, some of the things that people say is just cap or whatever the case may be, but there is something informing all of the ridiculous things that these people say. And that's what you need to understand and lock in with in order to be able to interpret people so that you can understand what to avoid and what to move forward with. And I'll land my plane.
Excellent. Well said.
Well said.
Everything the brother just said right there, spot on. And also bear in mind, these shows are designed to get certain results. Like you said, that's not that what you're hearing isn't authentic or isn't organic, because like you said, it's a thought process. These things that are coming out are not coming from nowhere. What is informing you? Where are you getting some of these ideas from? Even if a producer goes ahead and says, hey, I want you to try and sound like this or whatever, they're not reading something off a script verbatim, line for line. There is some element of this that's coming from the inside. All right? So in that respect, it is useful for study. But as far as taking this serious, which a lot of people seem to do, don't do that. They said, one of the big tells for this is the way the host operates. The host really is a host in name only. She's basically just a girl that holds a microphone. She asks one or two questions to get them talking, and essentially she will see how certain things are lining up, and rather than step in and kind of guide the conversation or structure it, no. She keeps it open-ended and lets them do the result of talking. Basically, it's almost like she walks up and says, you said your mama fat. I don't know if I'd take that if I was you. Would you say my mama? I didn't say nothing. Well, you should, because he said he could smash your girl raw and you won't do nothing about it. And basically just gets out the way and there's nothing to fight over it. Just holds the microphone out and lets the fight go on. So there's tremendous benefit for them in getting these kind of reactions because they want ratings.
Right.
They want ratings. They want a response. They want people to be tuning in. No matter, and I heard some conversation, some chatter about the last video, and I think part of it was because there wasn't enough uniform response about guy being a piece of crap or whatever. They're trying to say, well, the girl that he left with, he ended up getting into with her as well because she tried to get someone else's number, or it's actually worse than this. The producer had to cut the footage. I'm not buying into all that because, again, what is the benefit for them cutting that? They want ratings. They want people to tune in. At least
Right.
the blooper reel. At
Right.
least the blooper reel.
Truth.
You want a caveat? You want a caveat?
Go for
I'm
it.
not sure if you guys know, but I watched the reunion show, and the girl who hosted brought her husband out. Her husband is an African.
Mm-hmm.
So the show is based with Americans.
Mm.
And that's a whole nother level. We're not gonna get into
whole
that, but
thing.
Tyreek talks about that whole shade room
I'm
type
not
stuff.
going. Yep. Like, I'm
Figures.
not going to touch it.
Figures.
I'm
We got to do
not
a whole show
surprised.
about that too. Yeah.
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 That's for another day. But
Because-
yeah, so understand that there is something in the works. They are looking to get reactions, looking to get a buzz. And unfortunately, they don't care how they do it. There's no morals or scruples behind it. They understand fully that there is, unfortunately, a gender war that's going on back and forth. They have no issues with whether what they're doing is going to help fan the flames of that or not. They don't care if it's going to leave people in a worse state, seeing each other in a more negative light. They don't care about that. They just want to get their ratings up so they can go ahead and get their check from YouTube. They're trying to get their plaque for their 1 million subscribers. They're trying to get their payday, all that.
That's it.
And they don't care they have to step on the hearts and the minds of us in order to get that. They don't care about that. The end result is what matters for them. So be mindful of this nonsense. Is there garbage out there in the dating pool? Absolutely. We talk about it all the time. But there also are people out there who are genuine, who are sincere, who are together. They're healthy, they're whole, they're functional. And they're sincerely looking for someone that's their counterpart. So we got to make sure that we're not throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
Yes.
So
True.
be mindful, be aware, and stay vigilant. That's also scripture. The Bible talks about guarding the avenues of your soul. Guard things that come in through your eyes, through your ears, all that nonsense. Because a lot of the stuff that comes in is trying to defeat you, try to break you down. And if you let it come in, you're already lost. They never had to throw an arrow at you or launch a bullet at you. So be aware of what the enemies, both from a spiritual and from a physical perspective, are trying to come out here with us. Got to make sure that we rise above all that. Thank you for tuning in with us for another week. You know the drill. Next week, same time, same place, Sunday, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. Toss that subscribe button. Put the notifications on. We're not going to blow your news feed up. You just let you know when we're about to go live so you can come and get the getting.
Yeah.
Much love. Be well. Stay safe. We out.
All right. So thanks for tuning in. We'll be here again next week with another great episode. Hope this was informative. Get a brother some slack, man. Like you said, the host asks the gentleman, does you find this woman attractive? So she gives both sides to base their opinion of how they feel about the person that eliminated them. So she says what she did to eliminate. He says in return to what goes on. So give the guy some slack. I don't think he was out here being a villain like that. I think he was just being honest, telling the truth. But women, y'all got to understand, your mindset is getting torn up because you guys are out here too much with the pandering clowns. That's why a guy like this irritates you. You want a guy to be honest. Remember, the whole thing about women always say, I wish a guy would be honest if he wants sex from me. I wish a guy would be honest and tell me what he wants or how he wants to deal with me. Now, when a guy is honest, now he's sassy. Now he's this. Now he's combative. Come on, man. Y'all got to understand, like, y'all got to put y'all good foot forward and request what it is that y'all want. Stop being contradicting to the side or figuring out when the side is available for you to choose the right direction. No, everything is not like that. Sometimes the honesty is there for you and presented that way so you can be a better person. That's the whole thing about honesty and accountability and why it works hand in hand. All right. So thank you guys for appreciating that. We love the comments. Everybody out there that was commenting.
Absolutely.
We love y'all. See y'all next week. And we doing the same thing here as we do. All right. They are not like us. They ain't like us. All right.
Manifestation. Man up. Manifestations. Man up. Manifestations. Man up. Manifestations. A place where we inform, build, and inspire. Manifestations. Man up. Manifestations. Man up. Manifestations. Man up. A place where we inform. Manifestation. A place where we inform, build, and inspire.
You gotta eat what you kill. You gotta go out there, you gotta hunt for your meals.
We all have that ability to connect with people, to be that motivational person in somebody's life.
You gotta let people know there's certain lines you don't cross, and that there's gonna be consequences if you do.
Man up.
If you are an adult and you are in a relationship, that person's emotions are not your responsibility.
Man up. Manifestations. Man up. Manifestations. Man up. Manifestations. A place where we inform, build, and inspire.
The devil, during slavery, destroyed the masculinity or manhood of the so-called Negro. No man. No man. Right now you got to be trained all over again to be a man.
When someone is obligated to do something, it is binding upon them to do it. And failure to do it causes reaction.
Man up.
Position make you rich. I don't have that type of richness. My richness is life forever.
If that people knew that glorious past, if that people knew that glorious past, if that people knew that glorious past, then they would be more inclined to respect themselves.
I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. And that's our job, is to spark somebody else watching us.
A place where we inform, build, and inspire. Manifestations. Man up. Manifestations. Man up. Manifestations. Man up. A place where we inform. Manifestations. A place where we inform, build, and inspire.
You want to tell me about yourself? Go get your friends. I'll tell you who you are based on who your friends are.
Don't just live and die. That's an ugly existence. Make your life matter, make your life count. Live a life where people can actually mourn you for the things you left behind, not just because you were around and existed.
We need strong black nuclear family.
Yes. Yes.
That's what it is. Mother, father, son, daughter, all in the same house with a focus on the family unit as a whole.
We had Tulsa, Atlanta, New Jersey, Detroit. We had Rosewood. We had Black Wall Streets all over.
The Republicans aren't for us, but the Democrats aren't for us either. And we should have no alliance to any political party. We only have alliance to what is in our own best interest.
A place where we inform, build, and inspire. Manifestations. Man up. Manifestations. Man up. Manifestations. Man up. A place where we inform. Manifestations. A place where we inform, build, and inspire.
At the end of the day, as men in the community, we must stand together and be counted, because people look to us for guidance, leadership, and protection. And if we are not about that business, we are not on our job. Here we have grown-ass man conversations in the spirit of that purpose. Anthony Malcolm, Bobby Drake, Major Gage. We are. This is Manifestations 20.